Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, February 10th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Portland Trail Blazers live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Tip-off is going to be here in just a couple minutes, and I also know that we have another game coming up on ESPN on the doubleheader. I know the Celtics were on earlier. Let me peep to see who it is. Cavs and Pelicans, that's right, with obviously Donovan Mitchell. So I may be peeking over there just a little bit. Hopefully the matchup ends up being good. Hopefully everyone is having a good Friday as we're transitioning into the weekend. And I got to get a couple photos here of Dame and Alexander as well. And then we'll be ready to go. So one sec here. Should be a decent matchup. Both teams match up pretty evenly, but we should be able to get this dub. But as we know, nothing's guaranteed in the NBA, NFL, MLB, or NHL. Hi, Paisley. How are you? Paisley's missing dad already. Hi, honey.
Terry, final thoughts before this matchup tonight? Well, OKC is behind us. We got to start getting some separation with those guys. We're working ourselves up. So it's about bringing the energy to send the message early to them. Defend when I foul. Don't let Shea Alexander beat you off the dribble and get to the free throw line. That was the difference in the two games down there.
All right, just getting set up with some of the photos. I had to make spaghetti for the fam, and I was rushing. I was shaving. I had to shower, try to get all the ingredients set up, and I'm luckily enough just in time. I wanted to start it right when the game started. And I'm gonna peep a little bit of the other matchup as well, the Cavs and the Pelicans. I definitely want to peep a little bit of Donovan Mitchell as well. So I'll probably bring that one here on the computer. So one sec, let me do that. So that way I can watch two games at once. Might as well, right? And let's see, what else do they have on there? The Kings and the Mavericks are going. Houston, the Heat. Some of these games are wrapping up, though. Let me take a look. Looks like the Celtics are about to get the dub. Spurs and Pistons, last play, end of overtime, 125-125. So we got some decent matchups there. Celtics pulling away from the Hornets, and looks like they just won 127-116. Jazz up 121-116 over the Raptors. Rockets 79, Heat 77. We got Grizzlies 109, T-Wolves 92. And then for the late games, we got Cavs, Pelicans on ESPN, Thunder and Blazers here on Root Sports in the Northwest. Mavericks, Kings, but is Luka playing? And then we also have Bucks at 7:30. That'll probably be the one that I watch. I'll probably take another look at Giannis. Or if Kyrie and Luka are both playing, then maybe I'll peep that Mavericks Kings since the Kings are in third. But let me try to get a few more photos in here real quick, and then should be ready to go. I'm just glad I was able to get everything kind of situated with dinner and whatnot and taking care of Paisley. It's like I don't like to be rushed. I usually like to be able to have my 1 hour uninterrupted so I can just get the photos, get everything prepped properly as we look at a few Dame Dollar photos here. And then I got to get some SGA here as well. Alexander. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It's been a little rough last couple streams, so I'm hoping that we can make up for the last two. We definitely need it. And we're going to be transitioning into Saturday, and then we got Super Bowl Sunday. So, I mean, we're grinding it out. Just hopefully we'll get a few more people to hop through, and hopefully we get a little bit more support today, too. I got one more for SGA. And we'll get a few more as the broadcast goes. Megan in the building. How are you? Sarah in the building. How are you? Happy Friday. We're transitioning into Saturday. Let's get to 100 in donos. We fell very short of those numbers the last 2 days. Pretty depressing, just to be very honest. But I have faith. And like I said, I have to keep grinding. Everything's going up. Rent, bills, Paisley, everything else that I got to do. So this is no time to quit, no time to get frustrated. Just got to keep grinding it out and then hope we get the right people in the room tonight. I don't know. For quarterbacks like that, I know it's a little high. You know what I mean? Like I said, it all depends if you guys decide to go for Geno or not, but I'm not really necessarily positive that like Hendon Hooker could be like the franchise guy afterwards or to be a replacement. Of course, mock drafts are going to line up players, and then they're going to kind of copy each other and feed off of each other. And it could come down to where Hendon Hooker doesn't even get picked by Seattle. You know what I mean? So we'll kind of have to wait and see. But I'm not really sold on a lot of these quarterbacks in this draft class. A lot of them are going to be projects. And if you end up looking at a lot of the quarterbacks that have been picked in the last 2 years, that should be a big eye-opener that just because you get a guy in the first round or second round doesn't mean that they're going to be good. And it also depends on the coaching staff, the supporting cast, if you have a quarterback guru at head coach or OC, what's the defense look like? It really does, determine a lot of things more than just the player itself. A lot of times it's who else is supporting and who is around the player. And also coaching is a big, big factor too. So we will see. Well, he was one of the best, college quarterbacks at the time, but that doesn't mean that just because you do good for, 3/4 of the season, get injured at the end, and that you're going to be a great, NFL player or quarterback. Quarterback is very difficult to be able to break down. And like I said, even look at Geno. Geno was very good in college, you know what I mean? And then just went to the wrong teams that didn't have good support, and he looked like crap for, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then finally got an opportunity to start, over Drew Lock, and look what happened this year. But, everyone's story is a little bit different. But again, you could be a talented player, but just on a shitty team and never pan out. And then you just got to hope, that you get the right guy at the right time. Yeah, I think it would be stupid to go for a quarterback in the second round or first round for Seattle. Unless Geno is not re-signing. If Geno's not re-signing, then, if you want to go for a quarterback at that point, fine. But if you guys have Geno, you guys have a lot more needs on defense and offensive line, on the D line, linebackers, corners, safeties. There's so much more that needs to be filled than quarterback. It's like almost a wasted pick, if you guys go for a quarterback in the second and third round. So, and exactly, ACL injury is one thing, accuracy is another. But again, you are going to be throwing to DK and Lockett. So as long as you have a quarterback that can make the NFL throws, those are two of the top 30 wide receivers in the NFL. So, they're going to get production. And then you got Kenneth Walker III. So it's like you just need to keep beefing up the line and the defense, and everything else will take care of itself. But if I'm Seattle, I'm not worried about fucking getting a quarterback in the first or second round. I'm trying to beef up that defense. O-line and defense, I wouldn't even be thinking about quarterback. But it all depends with Geno. That's the first thing too. So yeah, CJ and Bryce Young, those guys are NFL ready, but they're still going to struggle. If Bryce Young goes to the Texans and CJ Stroud goes to the Colts, it's not like they're going to be, Pro Bowl, All Pro, Super Bowl caliber quarterbacks right away. They're going to look like shit. There's going to be times where they struggle and look like crap, but there are going to be games where they look pretty good, and they're going to be able to, make a little bit of noise, but it's a work in progress. And those are the two best that are in this draft class. Yes, there's a few others that people are talking about, but like I said, a lot of it we have to just figure out first who's on the team and then go from there, and then to see if it's a good fit or not. But a lot of times guys get overdrafted, and you can get good value, in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round. But especially with quarterback, if you're going to be taking one in the first, second, or third, you better be sure, because that could have ended up being a starter on defense, like a defensive lineman, or a linebacker or another corner or another safety. So we will see. We will see. All right, baby. Let's see here. What game do I want to watch? Do I want to do that Mavericks and the Kings? Do I want to watch? Let's see. What else do we got? Do I want to watch? That one's over. That one's over. Do I really want to watch the Cavs and the Pelicans? Maybe. Let's take a peek. And we got tip-off here in just a couple minutes. And we'll be kicking it here for the next few hours. Like I said, I don't have anything I got to wake up early for. Last two streams have not been good, so we definitely have to make up for that. Just being very clear-cut and honest. And I'm just going to grind it out, and then hopefully between now and when we stop that we'll be there. And then I plan on recording on Saturday, and then obviously Sunday will be Super Bowl. So wish there was like some NASCAR or something on Saturday to kind of hold me over tomorrow until Sunday, but we will see. We will see. All right. We got Dame Dalla, Rip City, Portland Trailblazers. Is it Dame time? I hope so. Versus who? Dame says, who do we got tonight? We got the Oklahoma City Thunder, SGA. I'll see what Alexander has in the bucket. I assume that I'm obviously, been watching quite a few NBA games. I think this is our fifth game in a row, fifth NBA game. So normally I don't do 3, 4, 5 games in a row. But again, with the NFL, starting to kind of wind down, and we have one game left, Super Bowl Sunday. College football's over. I got to be able to get in there and start working other things. I mean, unless, people think that things would be better off if I just do, like the streams that we were doing before. I drink beer, we talk NFL, or we just do NFL and mental health and food. But it just seems like with a lot of those ones, it's kind of hit or miss. So I love little kids. Fuck out of here. All right, baby. All right, let me take a peek at this Mavericks Kings. They're doing some interview stuff right now. Okay, looks like I'm ready to go, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of people. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people here, as far as like on YouTube, that are going to be doing this game. This game is not local, outside of Portland. So, like I said, unless you have Root Sports. So, I mean, of course, if you have one of the links, you can watch the game with me. And obviously, there's a few of those that you can watch. But the standard national televised game is the matchup between the Cavaliers and the Pelicans. And then this one is on Root Sports. So, Mike in the building. How are you, bro? I've missed you. How are you doing? We're getting closer and closer to Super Bowl Sunday, and closer to NASCAR again. And yeah, man, I feel bad. I just really wasn't feeling very good. I was trying to wait all the way till about 4:30, 4:45 of the NASCAR race, Clash at the Coliseum. But fuck, I was in bed almost all day. I wasn't feeling good. I ended up watching the replay, and I obviously saw that, Martin Truex Jr. ended up getting the dub and the first win. Congratulations to him. And then a little bit of, tension involved with Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. That never is going to end. Them being kind of cordial the night before, and then Joey trying to wreck Kyle Busch. I think Kyle ended up still getting third after all the dust settled and whatnot. But yeah, I'm definitely ready to get in the groove of that. And it was just really unfortunate timing because, like I said, I've been talking about it for like the last couple weeks, and I hate not being able to do NASCAR when it's live. But we're going to squeeze in many races. There'll probably be a few that I won't be able to do, but I'm going to try to do as many as possible. I mean, I have a goal of doing at least 20, and I probably will be able to do more than that. And then we got MLB around the corner too. So Odin's son in the building. What to do? We're doing good. NFL goes by real quick every year. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, a lot of times people take it for granted. You know what I mean? They watch their team, maybe Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, but they're not watching a lot of the other games. And then all of a sudden, it's playoff time. And then all of a sudden it's AFC, NFC championship game. Then boom, Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy hell, I got to wait so many months until the draft. And then you got to go into preseason and then the regular season. What's good, brother? I hope you're doing well. Absolutely. And he is one of the pure, like, if you just look at like voice and swagger and charisma, like I said, it's like, it's a different vibe. It's not Star Wars. It's obviously the end of the world, but I couldn't think of a better guy, to play the parts. I have not watched the new one that dropped today. I still got to go back and watch 4, and then they dropped 5 tonight because obviously Super Bowl Sunday, it usually comes out on Sunday. And then also the program, I think on Netflix, called You, about the serial killer, that would go through and do his business here in America, then ended up going to like Paris and then like London. And now people are trying to like go after him. So now he's not in control. And that one, I think they have like 2 sets. There's like 4 or 5 episodes. And then the second part of You, which is like season 4, I believe, then that's going to be next month. And that's a very good show too. So if you're looking for that, The Last of Us, fantastic. We got Mandalorian coming up in a couple weeks. That'll be fantastic. And then obviously You is a good one too. But you would have to start You from series 1, season 1 for it to make sense. So I'm good. Like I said, I've only had that one day during NASCAR where I was feeling like shit, and I've been streaming pretty much every day. Since football is coming to an end, I have to find ways to, try to reach out to other people and hopefully get some new subs and possible new donators and new followers. And so we're doing a little bit more NBA, just as filler content. I'll kind of let the fans decide as we move forward. But if I'm getting good numbers, it makes sense to do it. Because if I do a freestyle stream where it's just like, we do mental health and we look at food and, it's just like, let's talk NFL and just kind of like a generic, stream. We're not going to get some of the possible newbies. It'll just be the regulars. And then sometimes regulars are busy and we're really slow. So I know normally when we end up doing, shows, if it's a game, we can still talk about college football and food and wrestling. It's just, at least it gives me some structure in the games and whatnot. And then I got wrestling to watch for Rampage and SmackDown later. Yeah. How's NHL going? I have not peeped NHL at all. You're my NHL guy. I know Sarah watches a little. I know there's been like some trades and whatnot, but I don't watch NHL really until it's like, the playoffs, and then obviously for the for the Stanley Cup. And I sometimes will watch the All-Star festivities, but this year it was ass. It was not good. I don't know. It just seems like the Pro Bowl and the NHL festivities, they did it like, outside where there was like surfboards and they were like hitting the pucks with the surfboards for like trick shots. I get it. You know what I mean? But traditionally the NHL All-Star festivities have been better than this year. And then obviously the Pro Bowl is a joke. Most people didn't even know when those festivities were going on because they didn't even really promote it. And there was a reason why, because it was ass. So, all right, here we go, baby. Let's go. We got Dame Dalla, my Portland Trailblazers. Let's go, baby. It's Dame time. Let's go. And we're going against SGA. Alexander is a beast. Both guys are averaging about 30 a game, but we have the better team, so we'll see. And I'm going to peep the Sacramento Kings for the first time this year. I got Dallas and the Kings. I want Luka to be out there, but I assume he's hurt. But I see Kyrie out there, so Dallas isn't going to be fun to watch until I get Luka and Kyrie out there together. But I assume the Luka is still hurt, so I might not watch this. And then maybe I'll peep over to Donovan Mitchell. All right, come on, Dame. Let's go, baby. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Let's get it. And I also know not everyone, NBA, NHL, NASCAR are selective sports like Major League Baseball. NFL and wrestling and college football, much easier to follow. But you have to be a special individual to love NASCAR. NHL, MLB, NBA, college hoops. It's not going to be for everyone. I totally get it. I totally get it, but I want to be able to show my range, that I can pretty much do anything. And you never know. We might be able to get some people that have never seen the channel before or haven't been here in a long time. And then we can gain another set of fans that hopefully we can get to sub and we can get closer to 20K. I mean, it shouldn't take me 10 years to get to fucking 20K when you only need like 100 and some change. But when they're against you, they're against you. 2-0 Blazers. Nice shot by Jeremy Grant. All right. My buddy Justin is at the game. He's there. He sent me a photo of Brooke and Terry Porter there in the pregame show. Little floater by Giddy. Remember him from a couple games ago. We've seen the Thunder. I did a game here. Was it Thunder versus Lakers? I think that's what it was, right? When LeBron broke the record. Was that the one that I did? I don't know. I've been doing so many NBA games. I've been kind of losing track and whatnot. Thank you, Mike. Man, it's been really rough with the donos the last 3 months. I hope I don't have to go get a part-time job. Let's see, what did I do? I did Milwaukee Bucks and the Blazers, Thunder and Lakers when LeBron broke the record, Warriors and the Blazers, and I did the Bucks and the Lakers last night, and then we're here. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, everyone's got different situations coming out, but I hope that it doesn't get to a point. I mean, I know everything's going up with rent and bills, but the last thing I want to do, it took me 10 years doing 2 or 3 jobs to get to this point, and I've been full-time for about a year and a month. I would just hate to go backwards, but, it all depends on, the type of people we have in the room, the support we get, and hopefully we get some new people too. And, I'm going to stay positive. And I think that, it's just going to go from a point where I might be able to scrape by, but I'm probably not going to be able to give a lot of gifts back to the fans, which I know most people don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because they just want to support me anyways. But, from my standpoint, I mean, it's just always nice when you get big donos that you can give back. But I mean, if we're not getting enough to even pay my rent, that's not a good thing. So it's like I gotta pay rent before I give a jersey back to somebody. You know what I mean? And I know we'll get back to that point. And it's like I want to make sure I can take care of Sarah and some of the other people. But I think most people understand. I mean, if you're grinding for 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, and you're at like $10, it's humiliating. It's fucking depressing. You're putting in your blood, sweat, and tears, and you're at $5 or $10 for 4 or 5 hours total. It's sad, but you just got to keep going. 7-0 Blazers. Nice little layup by the Thunder. But I appreciate you, Mike. Mike's getting us off the board. Same thing with Sarah. Thank you. I appreciate it tremendously. Yeah, but it shows you can't expect anything, to go from a point where we were making $200 in donos or more every day for 6 months. Every day for 6 months, 200 or more. And then now we're getting days where we're at 5, 10, 15, 20. It hurts. It hurts. I won't lie. I think a lot of y'all would feel the same way too, But you just have to have faith that we can get some of the heavy hitters to come through. And, that we'll end up getting hopefully back to that point. And if not, at least I feel that like based off the work that I'm doing, I'm getting recognized instead of just busting my ass for 5 hours for $2.50 or $5. It's like you got bills to pay. You can't pay rent with $5. So 10-2 Blazers. But I appreciate you guys. You guys are getting us off to a good start here today. Much better than the last 2 days. Thank you. 8:23 from Mike. Bang, bang, bang. I appreciate you. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. $8.23 on the first dono from Mike. Let me know what you want to see for photos, if anything. It could be rock related, music related, food related, NASCAR related. Let me know. Anthony Simons with the miss. 10-4 Blazers. Sarah with a $5. Thank you. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, boom, boom, bang, bang. And I know a lot of other, streamers would lie or put on a fake face or act like, things are okay when they're not. But I'm always going to keep it real no matter what. I have nothing to hide. I'm going to be honest and truthful on anything that I talk about. So, I hope you guys recognize that as well. When things are good, you're going to know it. And, and when things are bad, you're going to know it. There won't be any sugarcoating anything. And I think just straight up honesty is the best way to go about things. And, I feel bad for Sarah too, because I know she's doing everything in her power. But again, it all depends on who's here and who's able to support. And everyone's situation's different financially. So I get that. But it's just kind of crazy to go from, 200 every day for 6 months to on some streams, it's like pulling teeth. But again, it depends on who's here and everyone's financial situation, which I totally get. I just don't want to have to go get a second and third job. I mean, I fucking worked really hard to get to this point, and I would hate to have to fucking go backwards. And I mean, I'll do it. Yeah, it's not like a pride thing that I won't, because fucking, hey, I did 2-3 jobs for fucking 10, 11 years. So I would really love to be able to, just do this full time. But I mean, I think things will hopefully turn around. Appreciate you, Sarah. $5 holla, bang, 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 boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. And, to fully produce a show on the fly is not easy as well. I think some people recognize that, some do not. Appreciate you. Yes. Hey, and I love it. You love it. That's all that matters, man. And we appreciate you. I need to have my specific, people for, those types of things. And you definitely are my NASCAR guy, number one. So I appreciate you. Megan with a tenner. No worries. I appreciate anything that anyone does. It's just, like I said, sometimes certain things need to come to light. And, not every streamer is, making, hundreds or thousands of dollars on every stream. And most channels have more people in the room than me. So bang, bang, $10 holla. So, I mean, of course, if you have 50 or 100 people in the room all the time or more, like 500 or 1,000, you probably don't have to worry about it as much unless you just have a lot of people watching you and they're not donating. And I've seen that happen, to myself before, also on other channels. And that could be frustrating, having a lot of people watch. And then at the end of the day, you're not even at a decent number. But, I guess it all depends. It's your demographic. Do you have little kids watching you? Are you having trolls? Are people just, watching, but they're not supporting? Like, anyone that does this full time, recognizes how much hard work and how much mental stress it goes to doing this job full time. That's facts. 13-6 Blazers. My boy Justin at the game. I'm seeing if I can see him on TV. Nice layup. 13-8. This one's going to go back and forth. I can definitely tell. But I appreciate you. Sarah with the $5. Let me know what you want for photos. Megan with a $10. Let me know what you want for photos. Mike with $8.23. Let me know what you want for photos. Thank you so much. $23. Let's get to a hundo. Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, I totally get it. But there's also times where, not you, but maybe others, where, even $1 helps. But then if, you know what I mean? Like people think, $1 doesn't matter. It does if you're only sitting at fucking 10 or 15 or 20, every dollar matters, even if you're at a bigger number, you know what I mean? But I totally get it. You got to take care of you. You got to take care of the fam. But if I've ever brought any type of, relief, entertainment, and just overall, grind, like I said, it's just nice to be able to, we got an injury. Fuck, Jeremy Grant's on the ground. Damn it. Uh-oh, I got to pull up a photo. Shit. I hope he's okay. I made spaghetti tonight. Let me see what happened. Oh, hand in the eye. Oh, shit. I hope he's okay. All right, let me see if I can get a Jeremy Grant photo. Hopefully he's okay. I think that would just be... Let's see if this one will come through. There we go. So Jeremy Grant got a palm to the eye when he was leaning in, but I think he'll be okay. 13-12 Blazers. I think for me, the thing that I don't need to be rich. I don't need to have all this money so I can go buy shoes or clothes. It's just really honestly to survive and to be able to give back to you guys if we have enough to do things like that. And, it just got to take it day by day, I guess. Come on, Jeremy, get up, bud. $23 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. I mean, we're already where we were at in the last 2 days in the first 29 minutes. So that's good. So hopefully we can keep it going. Molly Hatchet. Nice. Brandon in the building. What to do? I'm good. Watching the Blazers. Jeremy Grant just went down with a palm to the eye on accident, but hopefully he'll be okay. No. Yeah, like I said, nothing. It's never you. There's certain people that, always contribute. It's not none of y'all. I think you guys know that. I mean, the people that support always support. You know what I mean? It just depends on how often. You know what I mean? It's just about maybe some of the people that have never done it, or occasionally, or never before, So, but we definitely appreciate you, bro. I hear that he had the handgun inside in the luggage, just for protection for him and his family. You know what I mean? So I think everything ended up being okay. He got released, though, I assume. So, and you're my guy too, man. I appreciate you. But also with you, you know what I mean? If you got, you got the girl situation, you got the kid situation, living situation. I always want to make sure you take care of you first. You know what I mean? Okay, I got you. No worries. I never have an issue with you. A lot of the heavy hitters, you already know how I feel about you guys. Because if I didn't really, care, I wouldn't message you guys after the stream. I wouldn't say thank you. I wouldn't try to give you guys cool gifts that no other streamer really does. I mean, at least the ones that, there's probably streamers out there that do it, but I don't think they do it as often as we do it here. And I definitely want to make people feel appreciated for, knowing that some streamers assume that the donos, should be there, and it's a privilege. It's not supposed to be. Things can turn around really, really fast, in a good way or a bad way. And I appreciate every one of y'all. I know you're trying to be like me. You know what I mean? I'm usually doing about, I would say 4 to 6 hours of reading every day. And in a full day, I'm probably committing about 16 hours a day to sports and wrestling on this channel. The only other 8 is if I'm like sleeping or if I'm walking with Paisley or doing like errands. But other than that, I'm all doing the film. I'm doing the videos. I'm doing the research, going to all the team websites. And that's not just for NFL either. It's for everything. It's a grind, but it's worth it. The more the smarter you'll be. And hopefully it'll get to a point where you won't be as biased, and you can just, come to a place like this where we can shoot straight. Nice. Dame Dalla. Nice. There we go. Nice jumper by Dame. 18-14 Blazers. Rip City, baby. Not very good. Oh, wow. Heck yeah. Nice. So the Joey Logano, Kyle Busch feud is never going to end, is it? Are we going to get a fist fight this year between them? Because it just seems like, you get rivals, in the sport, and it just seems like no matter how cordial that they try to be on TV, just for their sponsors and their team, it just seems like, and most of the time it looks like Joey's usually the instigator. He just won the championship last year. It's not like Kyle's never won it either. But I have Kyle's going to get him back. It's not like he's going to be like, well, he spun me out or this and that. Like, you already know that the wreck is going to happen. The retaliation in NASCAR is real. Walker with the rebound. 2017 Blazers. Thank you guys so much for all your support. We've already gotten more support in donos in the first 34 minutes than we've had in the last 6 hours, in the last 2 streams, in the last 2 days. So thank you. Means a lot. I don't mind having a bad stream once in a while. Hell, I can't say I don't mind having 2 bad streams. It pisses me off. It gets me irritated. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I just got to hope, well, fuck, I hope the third one isn't, bad also. You can only go through so many days with so many bad streams. It definitely, it stresses you out a little bit, especially when everything is going up with bills and rent. Like my rent's going up like 120. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like lots of other things. Paisley's dog food went up, and a little bag that used to cost like 18 to 20 bucks. Now the adult food I got to buy is 30. I'm the one usually handling a lot of this stuff too. I'm doing the dishes, I'm doing the laundry, I'm going doing the grocery shit. I'm walking Paisley an hour or 2 hours every day. It gets fucking overwhelming. And then I'm doing this full time. You know what I mean? I feel like I never really get a chance to relax. I'm always laying down, and then I got to get up and do something. It is that's why I got to be able to do certain things, like go to a fucking dispensary or get outside and walk with Paisley. Otherwise, like my fucking head would explode. But I know a lot of times when I can hang out with y'all, it definitely makes things a little bit better. And I'm just glad that we can hang out with each other, and hopefully we'll end up having a good game. 22-17 Blazers. Let's take a look at the box score, and I need to I know, right? Oh, there would be some scrapping. I mean, we've seen some fights back in the day, like was it Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson when they went and threw blows at each other, and then they really wanted to like knock each other out. Like, yeah, Mahomes MVP. And that's not we didn't think that wasn't going to happen. All right, so let me get a couple photos here. So we got the Travis Kelce there for Sarah. Very high likely probability of him scoring once or twice in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if they're going to win. We'll do our Super Bowl show tomorrow. They are the underdog, but they have a shot. Anytime you got Mahomes and you got Kelce and you got Bieniemy and Andy Reid, sometimes that'll make up for offensive line that's shaky. Sometimes it'll make up sometimes for the running backs being shaky at times. And also sometimes it'll make up for the defense, the D-line, the secondary being shaky at times. So at least they know that, as long as they have time back there. But that's the key question. Will they have time? Is it going to be like the Buccaneer Super Bowl where the defense was so good they were just chasing him down the whole time? Or will it be more like the Niner game where you'll see Mahomes actually be able to move around in the pocket and make plays? Or somewhere in between. Maybe not as easy as the Niner game, maybe not as difficult as the Buccaneer Super Bowl, but maybe, somewhere in between where Mahomes does good, but maybe they pick him off once or twice, but he still gets a couple touchdowns. We'll wait and see, but I'm excited. And if they win, it's big on their legacy. If they lose, it's not going to hurt their legacy one bit. Everyone knows how good the fucking Eagles are. They're the team that was the best all year. So if you lose to them, I mean, no one's going to think that Mahomes and Kelce are bad. It's just going to tell everyone that they need better O-line, better running game, but primarily more consistency on defense. And if the Chiefs can get a better defense, like let's say one day they're top 10, I don't know who's going to stop them. Because if you have like a number 1, number 2 offense and a top 10 D, you're going to be very hard to beat. So if I was Kansas City, that's where I would be investing all my money and all my picks instead of trying to get these other tight ends and wide receivers. Fucking Mahomes can make anybody good. Work on that defensive side of the ball, better secondary, add another guy to Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, and get some guys up front. You got Frank Clark and you got George and, you got Chris Jones, but you can always have more. That's big facts. Dame at the line. 23-19 Blazers. Yes, I will do that. Dame with the free throw is good. There we go, baby. 24-19 Blazers. But I feel it's, good to be able to be honest. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of people aren't honest. And I know a lot of y'all go through a lot of the same things that I go through. Sometimes if you feel like underappreciated or if you feel you're doing so many things that are being overlooked, like what it takes to do what we do on an everyday basis. And just because, things magically show up, like coffee for maybe the significant other or energy drink or dishes or laundry. That shit doesn't have to be done. It's a choice, that we're trying to make someone else's day a little bit better, or we're trying to make the house not fucking, just get incredibly dirty with shit just everywhere, because you guys know how that goes with like dishes and laundry. Not everyone's favorite thing to do. And then if you let that shit pile up, I mean, it can look like a, World War III out there. It's like, what the hell happened? Plus, I'm Asian too, so I can't put up with the filth. So, but I don't have to be like, I don't have to be like, everything to the T. Where I have to have every single thing. Like some people have the, where they have to have like the towels a certain way. They got to have the, the toothpaste. I'm not like that. I just like, you can have things kind of cluttered and a little messy, but at least like everything's in its own area. And that's my thing, but I definitely try to keep up on stuff because I know if I don't, then it's just no one's going to fucking do it. (26-23). Blazers, 3:30 left in the first quarter. Let me get some more photos here. Nice. Dame Dalla with the reverse. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. You kidding me? Dame has got 17 points in the first quarter out of 28 already. There we go. Anna. Oh, he missed the dunk, you idiot. Dame is hot. My buddy's there too right now. 17 in the first quarter. Dame for 3. Oh, in and out. Wow. He's got a chance to get 20 in the first quarter. I mean, we know he's not going to get like a 70-point game, but he did go for 60 just like a week and a half ago, and I was there. Looks like it could be a 50, 60-point day if he keeps it at this pace. 28-25 Blazers. I got distracted. I just was going to start doing photos, and then we're actually having a good game here tonight. Blazers have turned it on as of late in the last few weeks, and Dame has been playing great basketball. Foul. No call. Walker for 3. Fuck. Tied up at 28. God, these guys are Thunder is like, they're not like the Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, type of team. They're very raw. They're like us. 26-28. We're 27-28. We suck, but there we go. What a flush. There we go, baby. 30-28 Blazers. Let's give Megan some representation here. Oh, comeback player of the year. Pete Carroll. Nice layup. Let's go. God, both teams are on fire. 33-32 in the first quarter. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Look at those unis. Beautiful. All right, let me see if I can get a Detlef here. And then we'll go to Mike and Dame for 3. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Dame time. There we go. 20 points for Dame in the first quarter. 35-33 Rip City. Oh, my buddy Justin is, I'm gonna have to message him. He's already gonna message me after this quarter's over. He's like, are you watching? I already told him I'm doing the games now. So I really do want him to get a computer though, to go live from his house. Because if he's too lazy necessarily to like want to leave his house, I know he works really hard during the day and he likes being in the comfort of his room or bedroom and, playing games either on the computer, or PlayStation. I know he likes that. And just relaxing and whatnot. We live in Oregon, so we love the dispensaries and whatnot. But it'd be really cool. He's really knowledgeable, for NFL, Broncos, Blazers, Mariners, Dodgers. I mean, he's not a dummy. I mean, he knows more than Preston does, and Preston knows quite a bit. But like Preston's not really locked into really what's going on now, like me and Justin are, and a lot of you guys are in the room. Preston's more like from a few years back, and he's got so many other things going on. Refereeing, doing DJing, hustling on eBay. He's keeping an eye on certain things for betting purposes, but I don't think he's really watching the games in full detail like we do. In and out. End of the first quarter, 35-33 Blazers. Let's go. That's a great start. I was not expecting that, but I'll take it. And Dame with 20. I mean, we got more points with Dame right now than in some games that he's gotten in 4 quarters. 20 in the first. I got to message him. Oh, thank you, Mike. Mike has been doing donos here, and I haven't even been able to get to him just yet because he's just an awesome person. Thank you so much. All right. I was like, Dame with 20. I got to give him a little Dame with dub. And I got to give him a money emoji. Money GIF. Or maybe a little Leo clapping. There we go. Got a little Leo clapping. Okay. He'll message back. He's there. He's laughing. He's having a good time. There's high fives going around with the other people in the stands, especially if Dame's got 20. All right. Let me get this. And then let's see. Oh, I was going to do debt left, and I got a bunch of mics I need to do. Mike, thank you so much, man. You and everyone else has prevented us from having 3 rough ones in a row. So that's amazing. Thank you. Means a lot.
Got 2 for $5. Wait, there's one with spicy slaw.
And deadlift shrimp. Like I said, some of the ones that you're going to see are going to be, ones that, I just wish there was going to be more options, but it's unfortunately a lot of them are just. I like to get stuff that's formatted, but in this case, you guys have to just be happy with whatever you can find. Ooh, I got to give you at least something new though. Check this one out, Megan. You'll love this, and any old school Hooper fan will appreciate this too. Look at this one. I'm always looking for autograph stuff too, cards, photos. Oh, let's go. So you got the Detlef autograph with the. I'll even take the banner down. So you can see. Very cool. Very, very cool. He's got a clean autograph too. I like the green ink too. I always will grind it out and try to find new stuff. I'm never going to just recycle all the same things, but obviously if I can have a picture HD or 4K in full screen, better than something that only fits a little bit. But sometimes the photo isn't so dope. It doesn't even matter. It could be just a fraction of the size on the screen, but if it's like a cool pose or sweet dunk or catch, I mean, who cares, right? We just want to be able to see these things. So he's asking me about the Grant injury. Not yet. $35-33. All right, I'll get some more photos for you guys. All right, and let me go back up. And so we got the Megan, and we got the Sarah with some Kelsey. I'll get you more Kelsey, and I'll get you some more stuff too, Megan. And now we got to get to Mike's. He's asking me, said it was a palm to eye. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mike. Mike has donated, 3 times already? Thank you, man. I think it's really cool, Odin's son, with the family situation you have. You're trying to introduce sports to your daughters, whether it's wrestling or hockey. You know what I mean? We'll talk about being an all-time super dad right there. They may not come around, and they might not be something that they like, only temporarily, or maybe just with you. Maybe they'll grow out of it, but maybe it'll be something that they keep up with. And not only will they think of you, but they'll also just want to keep up with it. And then maybe they'll go to games by themselves or with friends or, down the road if they have a fam or something, So it's always good to be able to get the wrestling, because a lot of those memories when you're younger, you at one point, you don't really think about it until you get older. And then you look back and, you'll have those memories or you won't. So $20. Mike is the man. He started off with an $8 dono and 23 cents, then did a 20, and then another dono after that as well. I appreciate you. Maybe some Slayer photos. Bang, bang, bang. Slayer. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $20 dono from Mike after doing $8.23 a 20, and then another one. And then another one. Let's do the other one. Appreciate you. I am slow at times. I try to go as fast as I can. But I appreciate that. It's one thing to, you don't mind being a little backed up. You're getting some true love and support, and it means a lot. For the best decade, 1970, he said, my boy. Appreciate you. $19.70. 3 donos from Mike already. And that means more than you can even imagine. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Last 2 streams, I think we hit 25 or less on both. I was like, oh, man. I was like, maybe we do it on one. But, you normally don't have it like that. But, again, if you don't have enough people, it happens. And sometimes, things are going to be different for every person, situationally, financially, if they're available, if they're online or if they're not, and what's going on. But you always know that eventually things will turn around. And, oh, what an alley-oop to Anthony Simons. No. Shaden Sharp. Ooh, baby. Shaden Sharp. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Much, much better. It looks like we actually will hit the fucking goal tonight, which will be good. And it's not like I'm, blowing all the money. I'm trying to save, as much as I can. But as you guys know, food, an animal, having a pet, these things are not cheap. The maintenance on, keeping a pet happy and, not with just food, but like bones and all that stuff, ropes and toys. I mean, Petco and those companies, gosh, they make a lot of money off of me. 41-39 Thunder. Giddy. Down low. Nice block by Anthony Simons. Cyberpunk in the building. All the goats are showing up today. But yeah, much better. Definitely super slow last 2 days. And today we've definitely made up for the last 2 days. So that's awesome. And if I can get a Blazer win on top of that, then we'll get the trifecta. How are you doing, Cyber? What's good, brother? Rebound. There we go. 41-39 Thunder. Dame is, being Dame. What has he got right now? 20 in the first quarter. There we go. Shaden Sharp. All right, let me get some Slayer up here for Mike. Slayer! 42-41, Rip City. Rebound. Here we go. It's almost surreal that the Super Bowl's in a couple days. I feel like the coverage hasn't, I don't know what it's been like. I think everyone knows how great the teams are, and whatnot, but I feel like the coverage hasn't been the same this year compared to the last couple years. I'm not sure, maybe what the perception is from the media and whatnot, but I'm excited. I'm ready for it. Yes. '82, the year I was born, huh? O-Town. What's good, Cyber? Oh, Mike, Mike would love to thrash. A Slayer! Ooh, Anthony Simons with the slam, 44-41. This game is crazy. Sometimes you never know what games are going to be entertaining. On paper, it looks like it could be a snooze fest or just be kind of like just go through the motions kind of game, and just, kind of like just backyard ball, street ball, or, you're just watching people play in a gym, at the hoop or something. But at least tonight, they're bringing the offense. Defense could be better for both teams, but I mean, the scoring is up, and Dame is having a great game so far, so at least we got that. Got to get some more Slayer. It's a cool photo. Everyone's just posed perfectly. Yeah. Slayer. Jeremy Grant with the fadeaway. Thank you, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's like, I'm going to make sure that we're going to get to a good number. Thank you, Cyber. Let me know what you want to see. I saw video game footage of Cyberpunk. Like, I've seen some in the past, but for whatever reason, I saw it on my timeline of like the Lamborghini or whatever. Oh my God, the graphics in that game are just like ridiculous. If it's like a Grand Theft Auto where it's like open and like, there's people walking on the sidewalks, it's almost like that kind of vibe. Oh yeah. If I had a game like that, I'd be playing that nonstop. I mean, I can't even tell you how many hours I've put into the Grand Theft Auto series. I was one of the OGs that played 1, and 2, and playing the stuff that was over the top view, on the fucking PC. I would go to my friend's house, then we'd go to his cousin's house, and we would go there and just to fucking play the game and just do the over the top view. And you can definitely tell the people that were really good at Grand Theft Auto early on because we played it, and even though it was a little different with the cars, and if you have good thumbs and you can manage the missions and whatnot, but old school, dude. $57 dono, my brother. Thank you. Thank you, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, $57 dono on the Cash App. Bang, 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 bang. Grand Theft Auto 1. I have good memories with that. I remember getting fucking pissed off. This was back, I think, when we were like high school and we were playing it and shit. And I was like, we just got to go to your place and just play this goddamn game. But it was fun. But then once it went to like 3, before Vice City, the game changed, right? The game changed. Like as soon as it was like open, you were like, holy shit. Like I've been praying for a game like this. It's like, I got the Resident Evil Tomb Raider kind of thing, but I wanted that open, just being able to do whatever. And then they had the really unique missions there. But I think the one that really got me to this day, still my favorite, is Vice City, just based off, like the Scarface kind of, movie vibe, and the soundtrack with the radio stations, the missions. San Andreas is very good too, but Vice, I still have shit on my memory card. Even I still got it in the other room. I mean, I haven't played it in fucking ages, but that's one that I could easily pick up, even if the graphics are shittier, and grab the PS2 and play. I assume that was PS2. I think it was. Pretty sure that was PS2. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, we had 2 rough days. I think we had 2 days of 25 and under, which is pretty rare. Sometimes we'll have that like one day, but sometimes we don't have it necessarily 2. But I was like, well, you know what are the chances of it happening 3 days in a row? I mean, eventually we'll get a few more people maybe to come through, and you guys saved the day. I appreciate you. I wish my rent wasn't going up. I wish, things weren't so fucking expensive. Food is my number one, I think, is like where you try to get stuff even at the grocery store. But, when you have 3 people here and then the dog, that's, yeah. But I try to get more like fruit stuff too. So still need to lose a shitload of weight. Still walking every day though. 49.43. Jalen Williams for 3, 49.46. I got photos for y'all. Let me know what you guys want to see. I just wanted to get those for Mike, and anything that you want to see, Mike, band wise, let me know. And then Cyber, if you want anything, let me know. All y'all, let me know. Let me cater to you. Giddy in and out. 52-46 Blazers. Nice pass. Oh, fouled. What happened to the Norb Cam? Did he ever get his account back from the hacker or whatever for the Seahawk thing? I never touched back with you about that. I mean, or is it still in progress where he lost his shit and he's like starting over or something? But this is like crazy. Like I try not to spend too much. And then like sometimes I'll just go to the store like back to back after like streaming or something. And I'm not even trying to buy that much. And then you're just like maybe a cleaning supply or, a detergent and, stuff adds up. But it's like you barely buy anything, milk and a couple other things, right? And then it's like $80. Like, fuck, man. Like, and then you go back the next day and it's like 75. It's like, and you're in the, it's one thing if you're buying a lot of things, then you're like, okay, I made the decision to get all of these things, but I know they're going to get used. But it's like when you're only getting a few items and you're seeing how expensive everything is. And I've cut out alcohol. It's like, I'm not buying bottles anymore or beers anymore. I'm not doing I definitely could probably go for Modelo Chelada. I almost forgot what it was. It's been so long that I haven't had them, but those would be good, but I've cut those out and those can get expensive. So yeah, that's the only system that I owned that I don't have anymore. Is that my original? Oh yeah. And I know the Xbox, the next gen, you can play all the old games on it, but PlayStation you can't. So if you like old games, that gives you another reason to do the Xbox. But sometimes, if you're PlayStation loyal like me, and it looks like, I'll still do the Xbox thing, and I enjoyed my time. But when I had the 360 and it got the ring of death, I never sent mine in. I just gave up. I was like, if this is the type of product that I'm dealing with, it's like I love the games. I loved Gears of War. I played that with a friend, and we stayed up all night and beat the game. As soon as I got it because it was incredibly awesome. And then the Call of Duties, I did that, and then some sports games. But college football had a really good one that year before they went away. Oh, that's cool. Tomorrow will be my Super Bowl pick. Can't do it today. I still got to look at the injury report. A lot can change with me, with it. I definitely think both teams have a shot. The Chiefs are an underdog. So if they win, it's going to mean more, like a hell of a lot more. Eagles fans will just be destroyed. Chiefs fans, I think if they win, they'll be surprised. But if they lose, they're kind of maybe expecting it, unless they know that, maybe Mahomes and Kelsey have, it's like they know the defense is not as good as Philly. And if Philly plays like Philly has all year, it could be a long day. But if you can, get some type of production out of the defense, then you're going to get a game like you did against the Bengals. And if you can slow Jalen down, you absolutely can win. You know what I mean? Or tie and be close at the end for Bucker to get a field goal and win that. But you're going to have to play defense. That's probably the biggest question mark, out of all the positions. If you're looking at both teams, what's the question mark? We know both offenses are good. Besides maybe the running game for the Chiefs, will they get yards there or not? How productive will they be with the O-line there? And then the defense, will the D-line produce like they did against the Bengals or not? And will the secondary get a couple cheap picks or good interceptions to slow down the QB? And that's a must as well. Sack lunches, picks, and just getting good defensive play where you're bringing everything that you got. And, this is a Super Bowl, but I mean, some guys are a little young still, so we will see. But I don't think the Chiefs' reputation will be ruined if they lose, because most people have them losing. You know what I mean? But if you win, it definitely is going to take Mahomes' legacy and Andy Reid and Bieniemy and Kelsey up a notch. Where it's like, okay, we already knew, that this was the best quarterback in the league, but everyone wanted to tell us it was Josh Allen, and that was just ridiculous. You could always go Burrow or even Herbert. I mean, Allen's great and all, but there's still issues there sometimes with reckless play. Great player, Hall of Famer already, but It's not, everyone's going to have their preference. I'm never going to be a Josh Allen guy. I will always be more Herbert, Burrow, and obviously recognizing that Mahomes is the best. And it's silly to think that anyone else is. But again, people love their quarterbacks and love to argue, want to come up with other reasonings. But I mean, if we're talking about Mount Rushmore and trying to be one of those guys, like Brady, Peyton Manning, John Elway, Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes, then you got to be able to win some. You're going to lose some, but you're going to have to steal some where you don't deserve maybe to win the game, but you're going to win the game. And if you do that, I mean, then what are the haters going to say then? You guys weren't going to be able to win anything without Tyreek. You're going to get exposed. Like Keenan Allen said, well, nothing got exposed. If anything else, other teams got exposed because it showed you they could change their whole philosophy and win. So like I said, if you can win this one without Tyreek, it's going to do more for the legacy if you win, but no one's going to bury Mahomes unless you're an asshole and you're just going to be like, oh, he can't win. You know what I mean? All he does is go to Super Bowls, but he's going to be losing more than he's winning, But you got to think with Mahomes, there's a good chance of maybe 5 to 10 opportunities, in his career to get to the Super Bowl. So you're just early on right now, right? So this is number 3, so you won one against the Niners, you lost to the Buccaneers. Now you're trying to beat the Eagles, but this isn't the last one. Nice up and under. 56-54 Blazers. Let me know what you guys want for photos too. I'll multitask. Yeah, but I'll do a Super Bowl video tomorrow because I can always flip-flop my decision. I usually don't get Super Bowls wrong or big championship games, but I can't put my emotions, like who I personally like better, what players I like better. When I do these things, I have to totally exit like my body and my mind of being like a normal fan and just looking at straight up talent and just breaking down who's got the best O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. And then I got to look at the injury report, see who's going to be playing and who's not playing. And then also knowing that with football, just because you think a certain script or thing is going to go down on how the game might go, like turnover wise or flow of game, not necessarily game script where it's like rigged, which there's people out there that think that's true. 57-54 Blazers. But I would say at least at this point, I would say a good majority of America believes the Eagles are going to win. Kansas City fans are confident, which why wouldn't you be? I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes. So, with him, it's like Tom Brady. You never know. As long as you have a Patrick Mahomes or a Burrow, even if your team sucks everywhere else, right? And that's never going to happen. But if it were, all of a sudden all the, wide receivers got hurt and, as long as he was able to get you there, that you're going to have a chance. Yeah, maybe you lose, but sometimes you can end up having magic happen. And there's no one that makes magic happen on more of a consistent basis than Mahomes since he has come into the league. So people just like to hate greatness and wish they had him on their team. Hate. I mean, he's the best. And I like Burrow, but there's a gap, And to play injured too, that showed you a lot of guts, a lot of moxie, a lot of toughness, a lot of grit. There's a lot of quarterbacks that would have been like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm hurt. You know what I mean? I'm looking out for me. But he knows what it means to wear that helmet, and his legacy, how he's perceived, and to be able to play as good as he did with that type of injury, you're not going to see that often. A lot of football players will be like, nope, even if you are like the best, a lot of them just can't go through the pain. 58-57 Thunder. Anthony Simons fouled on the play, going to line for 2. 58-57 Thunder, 3:24 left in the second quarter. Come on, Anthony. Yeah, and depth. It's just, you don't have to, be a rocket scientist to look at the team and the depth of the roster. the most well-rounded team, the most depth, the team that went all in, that doesn't really have any weaknesses. So the pressure is on the Eagles. Pressure is not really on the Chiefs. The Chiefs know that, they're kind of hobbled and, they got there, you know what I mean? But even if they are an underdog, that they're definitely going to still be able to compete, and they could pull it off. 58-58. We're knotted up, 3:24 left. All right, come on, baby. All right, let me get some photos up for the people that donated. All right. True, right? Anytime you go from like a last place schedule from being like maybe not very good the year before, right? But to be, just to be very clear, right? Do we really think that the Eagles would have lost a lot of games even if their schedule was better? You know what I mean? Like if you're looking at all the teams that are in the NFL, right, this season, there was a lot of bad football, right? And so even if the Eagles had an easy schedule, the better defenses in the league are in the NFC. AFC's got the Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but there's not a lot of defense there. You know what I mean? So even if some of the games were easier, NFC East, was one of the best divisions in football. So anytime you're playing those teams are better than normal. Giants, Cowboys, Redskins, football team, whatever the hell you want to call them, So, I still think that, they might have had an easy schedule to some people, but I think it's like hard pressed to act like, okay, if they had a few other tough games on the schedule, yeah, there is always possibilities of losses. But I mean, the way that this team has played, if you've actually watched a few games of them this year, I mean, they are legit. This is not by like luck. It's like if you're looking, at the roster and the coaching and the depth and, if a guy gets hurt, what does the second unit look like? And if there's starters there, very, very well-rounded. So for me, I think it wouldn't have mattered. Eagles could have had the, fifth hardest schedule, instead of maybe one of the easiest. And I still think that the Eagles are here today. You know what I mean? Like even if with a couple more losses, even if they had to go down to a 2 seed or like, they just seemed like if you just watch certain teams and what they do, especially if they get the guy right there at the end, like the Ndamukong Suh or the Jay Ajayi, sometimes that little cherry on top can get you over the top. But that's just my analysis. You know what I mean? I know Chiefs fans and Eagles fans have been bantering and talking shit back and forth on like Twitter and Instagram, being toxic towards each other and this and that. But, from just, no bias, just seeing it from a perspective of, just seeing how I see it, just, straight shooting it. The Eagles are the better team overall. The Chiefs are a fucking underdog like a motherfucker. But if they win, it's going to mean a hell of a lot more emotionally to the Chiefs fans. And it would show you how great of a coaching staff that you really truly have to win without Tyreek when some people thought you guys would get last, in the division, which was just fucking comical, or finishing third. Anthony Simon's on the line and is good, 59-58. My boy Justin there is at the game. I know he's loving it. I mean, we definitely want a little bit of a lead here, but 3:15 left in the second quarter. Charge, no call. Oh, baby. SGA, too good, man. I see you, brother. 60-59, Thunder. Come on, baby. Go up, Eubanks. Fouled. Let's go. I don't know. Too early right now. I do think the Blazers can win this game. We're at home. We're starting to kind of turn a corner a little bit. Made a few moves at the deadline, more for like cap reasoning. We already know we're going to have to pay Jeremy Grant, and, Dame is going to get a lot of cash. So sometimes, you have to lose talent. Eubanks with the brick, 60-60. Yeah. Do you feel that more New Yorkers are like they have that like as their MO is just having to be kind of tough and rude and stuff? Just kind of that mentality out there, kind of like you have to survive. And I imagine there's going to be some polite people, you know what I mean? But they definitely have their reputation of the grittiness, I imagine there's going to be nicer places, and there's going to be more like kind of hoods, and then you're going to get more like country, side property area type stuff. So 61-60 Thunder. Matt in the building. What to do? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I just feel that no matter how confident you are, how good your team is, I feel if you're one of those people that goes extra to make videos on like TikTok or just be an asshole, just to talk shit, it never works out. Like the sports gods are like, they're calculating how many people are being dickheads. They're like, okay, 1, 2, 3. And they got like the timer going, okay, these guys are being too extra. Then they'll calculate it. And then they'll decide, all right, this is what's going to happen. And then boom, then that's what happens. Sports gods are real, man. They decide it. Nice free throw by Dame. Poole. DePoo. Dude, they just handed out honey bucket hats. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, my God. My boy. $62-62. What did you send me? Oh, okay. So you circle like the different stuff. I see ya. How many people are you doing this with? Yeah. I mean, like for me, doing like, 20 things, that's too much, for like my ESP to be able to be on point and, either I'll get like a vision or like I'll have a dream and I'll have like a thought and then it'll just, and then I say it and then a lot of times shit comes true. So, but if I was going to do it, it would just be like, who's going to win? And then maybe I can do like MVP, but a lot of times I don't even like to touch the MVP part. I just want to keep it, all my energy on just like breaking down the game and the scenarios and how the flow will go. 67-62 Thunder. 3 in and out. Dame's got some like navy blue Dames on. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff, dude. That's a lot of like. Thank you, Sarah, for the Twitter there. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, because that's where betting is going now, like, DraftKings and all the, the two big ones, it's like, okay, now not only do they want you to bet on the game and they want you to lose money that way, right? And then they want to do spread, not just straight up, but spread, right? So you got to beat the spread. And then they want you to lose your money by predicting who's going to get the first touchdown, who's going to get, the 100 yards and, like all these like little prop side bets. I mean, yeah, if you do research, sometimes you can anticipate and get lucky and win. But man, I mean, they get you that way. I've seen a lot of people not have too much success. They try to, but it's very difficult to do consistently. Oh, I turned it over. Damn it. Odin's son, my boy. Cyberpunk. I owe pictures. You want anything like Bo Jackson or Dame? Jeremy Grant, baby. Let's go. $68-64 Thunder. Thank you, Mike. Mike is supporting. He's like, I'm taking care of you. Hello, Candace. Mike Morgan. 1982, baby. Thank you, man. $19.82. That's the year your boy was born. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $19.82. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yes. Cam Reddish for 3. 70-68. They had him starting, which is weird. You're like, oh, we just got you? Fuck it. Throw you in the lineup. But that's where Josh Hart would have been. But that was a little surprising for us. Some Blazer fans are like, wow, they're just going to throw him in there? All right, Chauncey. I guess. Man, we don't have a whole lot. And we don't have Gary Payton the second anymore. We traded him back to Warriors for ridiculous 5 second-rounders. What is this? Like fantasy basketball? It's like I've never heard of like 5 picks for just like a guy. And I heard it like twice or 3 times like in this trade deadline. Like before, maybe like a 1 or 2, but like 5. Like, doesn't that seem a little excessive? Like, do they even have 5? They just threw out a number out there. 5 second-rounders, even if they don't have 5. It's weird. Thank you, Mike. Mike and Cyberpunk are making sure that O-Dog doesn't eat air sandwiches. Fingernail sandwiches, not good. Sandwiches that have toppings, good. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. I do owe some photos for y'all. 71-68. Halftime's coming, so I'll be able to do some more photos. See if we can get one last score here. Free throw is good. Fuck Portland. Let's go. We're down by 4. Let's go. 72-68. My boy Justin's there. Come on. Dame for 3. And that's halftime. Shit. Halftime. McDonald's halftime report. Thunder up. Fuck. Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Halftime 72-68. Thunder up. Boo. Okay, let's get back to some photos. All right, let's go. I do like watching Alexander play. SGA is he's very skilled. So, I mean, even if you're like, Thunder, but at least they have someone that's like exciting to watch. Not every NBA team has one. So, all right, let's get some more photos up here. See what I can find. I'm not sure if Cyberpunk is still here or not, but you guys let me know what you would like, and I appreciate you tremendously. I got to get Kyle Busch on here. Sometimes I just got to do it on my own. It's like I can ask and whatnot, and people can type it in. But then if you get to know people enough, you have an idea. It might not be their number one choice, but it's something. It's something. Kyle Busch. I am excited to watch him this year. But I'll give you an Eminem throwback, which now is not M&M's, it's Ma and Yaz. Bo Jackson for Cyberpunk, one of his favorites, just like me. Oh, my childhood right there. Oh, there we go.
You need a way for jobs to venture to you. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Create a free Indeed account, and you no longer have to choose between job searching and socializing.
Freaking KB.
Indeed has thousands of employers ready to search for you.
He's going to have a shot. Like I said, there's going to be a few people, Chase, You already know he's going to be involved. Joey Logano will be involved. Bush will be involved. I think Ross Chastain will be in top 5 again. I think I'd be very shocked if he's not top 5, top 10. I think, like I said, a lot of people get annoyed, but I mean, he usually finishes in the top 10. I mean, even if you just look past the, all the negative publicity and shit that he gets for all the dumb shit that he does, but he does some pretty amazing shit too. It's just, there's got to be some villains, that are in NASCAR that aren't liked, but that are good. And I imagine once he wins a championship, Ross Chastain, there will be a fan base that will follow. They'll hop on the wagon at that point, unless they're already on the wagon. 72-68. Thunder. I like Kyle Busch's autograph. Like I said, if I was going to buy NASCAR memorabilia, I definitely would purchase one. There's going to be like probably about 5 or 6 drivers, past and present, but just to have like a variety of guys. Oh yeah, for sure. Look at the auto. That's clean, dude. His cursive, that's a motherfucker. Practice his cursive. Look at that shit. The K and then the way that the B flares out, man. Stylish, dude. Not a lot of people have an autograph that looks that clean. Impressed. Some motherfucker got the calligraphy. Calligraphy dog. It's a clean auto. Cyber's like, I'm here. All right, I got you a little bow. And we'll get a couple more bows. Made spaghetti tonight. Was good. Am I going to eat some later? Yes, I am. It is good. Hot or cold. Oh, yeah. Bo and the Boz. They're like, oh, dog, are you going to have a pre-roll later? Yes, I am. Tomorrow. I got a lot of analysis and breakdown. I mean, of course, most of us, have kind of an idea, but things can change, based off of injuries. And I got to be able to look at all the information before I can go through. I'm going to go a little bit deeper than most. So.
All right, scored the break 72-68. OKC with the lead, another lap to go. We'll talk about what they need to do in the second half to get this win. Shane showing his personality. You'll love to see it. He's got it all.
Good old Bo. Yeah, because like I said, if you really look at the legacy and everything, I mean, fucking Mahomes is hurt. Kelsey had the back spasms. They know that they don't have the complete team, but they have this and they have that, and that really is a big fucking deal. I mean, you think other teams that had question marks at the running back position, O-line or defense, D-line and secondary would be able to survive if they didn't have those two? I mean, there's definitely quite a few more losses, with that team the way it sits if you don't have that. I mean, that's like 5 extra wins right here, compared to maybe some of the other guys that might lose, special. But again, if they can prove the haters wrong and they can show they can win without Tyreek, to me, this will turn into something that is talked about for a long, long time. And I think that this puts these two in a whole nother category than anybody else that's coaching right now. Because like I said, to win one way, when you have Tyreek and you have Kelsey, and then to have to flip the script and literally get everyone involved, like 10 different guys, you don't know who's getting the ball, right? And then you're still even banged up, hurt, not the best team in the NFL, but you still got there, and it shows you the consistency. And when you have the stability of the best grandpa on planet Earth, Andy Reid, right? And one of the best qualified, head coaching, or OC guys. But if you're smart, you never leave that organization. It's never going to get any better than where you're at right now. If you stay there, you could be head coach, maybe after Andy Reid, or you could stay there and be known as one of the best OCs of all time. What's wrong with that? You want to be a head coach and fail, or do you want to be known as the best OC ever? Especially if you can end up stacking like 5 Super Bowls with Mahomes, possibly, right? So, I mean, I think that, people wanted to make it like a race thing, white, black, Mexican, Asian. And of course, there needs to be more people, of not just, color in general, whether it be black or Mexican or Asian or just other people getting a chance, even women. And you're starting to see some of the women get opportunities and climb up, the ladder and go a little bit further based on their titles, right? But for me, if I'm Eric Bieniemy, it's never, ever going to be better than this. You're never going to have a better combo than this. Never. It's not going to happen. And if Kelsey leaves and retires, Mahomes is still going to be a top 3, top 4 quarterback. If he's not number 1 and someone else surpasses him, Burrow or Herbert or Allen, it's not like he's going to be that far behind. Like, it's still going to be a debate, even if they slide him to 2 or 3 and not 1. It's like he's already done enough at this point. So, yeah, I mean, normally, you really got to have all levels covered, all bases covered. You do have some X factor players, but don't let anyone kid you. The Chiefs are the underdog. They're very clear, but also normally you're not the underdog, and the Eagles were the underdog in 2017. What happened? They won, so they had to take out, Godzilla, and sometimes, like when I picked the Eagles to beat the Patriots, not very many people did. And then people called me fucking nuts saying that they were going to blow out the Patriots and Tom Brady. And I said, they're going to win by 9 or 10. And then they did. And people were like, what the fuck? Like, and that was a ballsy, that was my first year on the channel. So, I mean, I definitely got a lot of credibility there because I pretty much called exactly. I didn't know that Philly was going to happen. And normally I don't go as ballsy as saying, yeah, they're going to, not only win, but they're going to blow them out, but that's just that's what was told, that's what happened. So I love Jim. Jim never gets enough credit from the outsider fans, Philly people and people like me that know football. But if you go back and look, in that little era, you had Jim for the Eagles, right? You already know what you had with the Steelers with Dick LeBeau, and then you had Monty Kiffin with the Bucks. Those 3 were the geniuses in that time period. No one was better, period. Anyone that acts they were on the same level as those 3, Dick LeBeau, Jim Johnson, or Monty Kiffin, you're fucking, you obviously don't know, because those were the guys that made the difference. And if you go back and look at those teams, they were the personality of their coach, and you felt it. There was beast mode players playing underneath the players in that generation. So, and obviously that's why I can vibe with Eagle fans, because Eagle fans know that he's one of the legends before he passed away. But I think outsiders, even people in their own division, don't remember or don't acknowledge. It's just, either you recognize and you watched, or you don't know, or and that's the type of extra, being able to do the research and find out who are the best. And when you do have a situation like that, that's shit that you remember forever. Because again, I'm not sure if you got 3 defensive coordinators that are as good as those 3 right now. I would say no, because based on their personalities and how they did it in each spot. I mean, when I think of Dick LeBeau, I think Troy Polamalu. When I think of Jim, I think of Brian Dawkins. When I think of Monty Kiffin, it's like Sapp and Brooks and Lynch and Barber. So. Yeah, but you see, like, even if, like, the Chiefs fans are the number 1 supporters, and some people would just cave and just say whatever they think that those fans would want to hear. I always have to keep it honest and real, and just how I'm going to deliver it and how I see it. And I, you just got to be genuine. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I follow all of these other teams and whatnot, I have to just be truthful on it. And, a lot of times people are going to, be a fan of that particular fan base. Of course, you're going to have that blind faith that no matter what, something's good going to happen and whatnot. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see on how it goes. Are you taking off? All right. See you later. All right. 72-68 Thunder. I need to get some more photos up here. Good old Bo Jackson. But sometimes there's a game inside the game, and that's why I do as much like reading and film. Because if you can look at the gray area, and everyone just looks at like the obvious, the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, the running game, the base defense. If you go a little bit deeper and start looking at who's good on third down and personnel packages, and you dig a little deeper, then you can start making a little bit better assumptions for betting. The deeper you go with the knowledge, the better you can be at betting. So if you are a betting man or woman, the more that you do, the better the chance you have to win money or to be right. If you're betting with other people or, going down that road. But some people are lucky just blindly. They don't know shit. They're just like this team and they win. That can happen too. I probably should do it, but I am superstitious. And so I normally don't. I know there's been a lot of people that have made a lot, based off just recommendations and what I say. And then they'll hook me up with something afterwards, which is cool. It's like, I don't know if necessarily if I decide to act on it, like the sports gods are going to, they're going to move the needle in the other direction. And then all of a sudden, whatever I said, and then I think, and then I try to profit, and then they flip it. And then the opposite happens. Portland Trail Blazer Basketball. Sponsored today by Bo Jackson Football and Baseball by Tiger. You had one. They're like, come inside. They're like, shut up. Playing Bo Jackson Football. 72-68. Thunder. I went down late last night into a rabbit hole of 80s, oh my God, commercials. And it was a trip. It was like for like cookies and for toys, cartoons. And then based on like how TBS looked, going into like one of their like little horror movie things or whatever that they would have. It definitely made me go down this huge rabbit hole. And I was only going to look at like one or two things, but then it like brought up like memories of things that I haven't even thought about. Like, do you guys, I don't know if you remember if you grew up in like the 80s, but they had a thing called PB Max. Do you remember that? In the white package, and it was like a peanut butter cookie. It was like really good. They don't make it anymore. But they had that on there. And I was like, holy shit. Like, and then the shark bites. Remember those? And they had the little like, different types of shark. It was like white and oh my gosh, like certain things like that. Like you wouldn't think that it would trigger something. I mean, Squeeze It bottle. They had a photo of a guy that has like two that have never been opened. I think they're like grape flavor and stuff. And then a guy that was collecting like all the gums back then. So has like all the gum back then, like Bubblicious, the Bubble Yum, all the shit that came out back then in the 80s. And he's got like this little display. It's kind of cool actually, because you can see all the wrapping and how things have changed over the years and whatnot. Obviously, you're not going to be able to chew it, but I ended up spending like an hour on that fucking thing, on that thread. And I just kept going down and looking at the commercials, and they had like Pizza Hut commercials and just stuff that I remember as being like 6, 7, 8 years old, watching on the TV, on the carpet while I'm playing with like my wrestling figures or GI Joes or whatever. And it was just a fucking trip. Like, I mean, to see the commercials that you remember back then, I don't know. It's just like seeing a cartoon that you used to watch when you were a kid, but I don't know. Those specific commercials that they would have are like Pepsi, or, they had the little slogans and sponsors, for McDonald's and different movies and whatnot. The McDonald's toys were fire. Nice layup there by the Thunder. 74-71. Nice pass by Giddey. All right, no problem. Jameson Meza, my brother, how are you? Yes, appreciate you. Oh, the rabbit holes are so, dude, because normally I don't get too excited, but you know me, if it's 80s, 90s, anything, I'm like, holy shit. And then they did the pogo ball commercial where it was like that circular thing, and it had like a pogo ball, like a wall ball underneath and on the top. And then you clamp your legs together and you jump up and down. Like if you were in the 80s or 90s, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then, you probably think I'm a fucking idiot. But If you remember that shit, if you had one or you knew a fucking guy down the street that had one of the people in the neighborhood kids or whatever, right? Maybe it was your friend, maybe it wasn't. I know we had a lot of basketball games and shit because a lot of people had hoops in the neighborhood, and not all the people in the neighborhood got along. And we had a wide, diverse variety of Black, white, Asian, Latino, like all in the neighborhood. So, I never had that problem. I really got along with everybody, which I was kind of blessed that we had a neighborhood that was like that and everyone was pretty chill. But with that being said, you still are going to have little dust ups with, people in the neighborhood and whatnot, right? And man, just some of these fucking rabbit holes. And I was just thinking to myself, like the fucking neighbors, or if I had one, and just seeing those things, it was like, man, I haven't seen that since, like 35 years ago. It's like I remember watching it live, but then it's not like I've seen that fucking clip since then. But I can taste the PB Max cookie right now. Like, it's just when I saw the commercial and just like the texture, like what it tastes like, I was like, holy shit, I totally forgot about that fucking thing. It's like, they should make that still. Why did they stop making that? Man, so many crazy things, dude. Like, and also showing just like the intros when they were going into like horror movies that were like on TBS or TNT, and then they had like the local TV, and then they would go do their little introduction back with TVs, 80s and 90s, Married with Children. And yeah, it was a fucking interesting rabbit hole I went down yesterday. About an hour of my life was used up in that particular moment. But it was good. It was bliss. It was like, I don't think I stopped smiling for like an hour. 74-73 Thunder. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. The gods, the sports gods, the NWSF. I appreciate you. And that's going to help me. It's going to help me take care of Paisley the way that I want to, which I want to be able to spend as much time with her and spoil her and get her the best ropes and the best bones and give her the most attention and make her feel that she's the most loved animal on planet Earth. Oh, Drew Eubanks with the flush. Kaka! Let's go, baby. Blazers lead 75-74. And we got a Mike Morgan $8 donut. Oh, look at that guy with the Oregon chain there. Oh, that guy's swaggy in that photo. Let's go. That's a cool photo. $8 dono, baby. I need to get back to a game. It's been a while. COVID hit. Last year's team wasn't worth going to. Seeing Thibodeau in person obviously is worth it. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Will Oregon ever be good? Who knows? But it's a fun experience, though. And that's why I love it the most, just because I have access to it here. If Tampa was closer to Oregon, then of course there would be a little bit more leaning that way. But I like, the bond, between being able to actually see in person. It definitely takes the fandom to another level. So appreciate Mike. $76-75 Thunder. Foul. Dame is fouled. Come on, baby. The dog catcher. Oh, they did commercials. They did commercials for it. Yeah. And then they also did the ones that were like shaped like dinosaurs and stuff, because they did it when like Jurassic Park and when all the big toys and the big movies were coming out, Back to the Future, whatever. Then they would do like a McDonald's, or they said like branding, Burger King. So then you could get like the toys back then. And if you actually have some of those fucking toys, even out of the plastic, like have them, they're still worth some money. Like you'd be really surprised. McDonald's was pumping that shit out. And it's like, if you were a collector, there was some valuable Burger King and some McDonald's toys. Like I have a fucking stuffed animal Alf from like 1986 Burger King, where you had to pay like a certain amount of dollars. He's got a Hawaiian, jacket or like Hawaiian shirt on. And it's like, it's like the puppet whatnot of Alf. Super dope. It's actually one of the coolest things that I think that's kind of old school that I ended up keeping, and it's in good condition, and it's just still sitting on top of my my childhood bookcase, just chilling up there. I like unusual shit like that. I always knew that was going to be collectible. Not very many people have that item. Ooh, Dame for 3. Dame Dalla. Oh my God. If I could find the link, but the nostalgia of, those things, but the shark bites and the fruit roll-ups and the bubble tape, Big League Chew, just going down all those little avenues, Squeeze It bottles and, man, kudos bars. I mean, it's hard not to smile. I mean, you remember that shit because it was a part of your lunch. It was a part of your childhood. You remember asking mom or dad, for those, or trying to sneak them, for sure. Appreciate you guys too. I mean, that's a big part of me being able to express myself, through the photos and on here, is being able to kind of give you guys my life and, my background, because I know I'm not the only one. And especially if you're around my age, you're really going to connect with me. I feel I can connect with anyone, any age, any race. It doesn't matter. But if you're really in that age range with me, some of those things hit really close to home where you're like, holy fuck, like this guy totally gets it. Like, just being aware of what was going on back then. I do miss KB toy stores and Toys R Us, like, so much. Like, my heart is like black with those two not being available. Oh, I mean, it's one thing for KB to go down. I get it, trying to compete with Toys R Us and like the online stores and stuff right now. But, sometimes people want to be able to grab that stuff themselves, like a picker, like going to a garage sale. Like, you don't want to just get the toy on like an Amazon. That's not fun. You want to be able to find it, and get a mint condition one and, get something with your own two hands. Oh, Dame, in and out for 3. People don't realize you can get a $10 toy, but if it's mint, someone might pay you $100 for it because it might be worth that much. And then it can go into grading and whatnot. So there's a big market, but you got to know what you're doing. But you can buy a $10 or $20 toy and it could end up being worth $100 or $150 just the way it sits if it's perfect. But again, as you guys know, a lot of toys are fucked up, and you get those kids that Gronk spike them at the Toys R Us's, and they're like, Mom, I want this, blah, 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 and then she's like, no. And then fucking Darth Vader just, boom, Gronk spike, the package damage, $100 figure goes down to $350. Thanks, Johnny. I was going to buy that, I've had that happen a couple times. You're like, I can't believe this motherfucking kid and then like stomp the shit out of it. Like Chappelle show on the couch. Fuck yo couch. Just pow, 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 pow. Toy just fucking destroyed. '86, '84 Blazers. Yeah. And then remember the yellow package where it had the flavor inside the flavor, like the bubble yum, where it was like the 2-way flavor. There was a flavor on the outside, and then the middle part, they had another flavor, like a strawberry banana or something. So it was like you had an inner flavor that was different than and that was like the game changer at that point. All right, no problem. Thank you so much for your generosity and supporting, and thank you. And like I said, we'll talk soon. Keep doing your research, keep grinding it out, watching stuff. Hey, it makes you smarter. It makes you understand the game better. And you put in the time to do reading. And if you get a chance to watch, YouTube, you just go to YouTube, look up the player, see the highlight package that's created, and, you get an idea if it could be a fit. And yeah, that's a lot of what I do too. So there you go. Music. I still have an appreciation for like metal and rock and stuff, like Ozzy's my favorite. If I had to listen to one person, that's who I would choose. Of course there's like rap that I mean, you got to understand what I grew up with too. My first 5 CDs, and I've said this before, were Dr. Dre, The Chronic. That was my first CD ever. Game over. And childhood, anything that I thought of music before then, you listen to that, The Chronic, game over. Okay. Then Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, game over. Okay. Whatever youth I had, done. Right. Then Tupac, All Eyes on Me double album, Biggie double album, Hypnotize, and then Bone Thugs and Harmony, Eternal 1999. So, but I do like Tech Nine. I know you love Tech Nine. I love Tech Nine. I love, that's someone that I could listen to a lot too. Very entertaining, different flow, old school, underground, not appreciated, slept on. Could be way more famous than he is, but sometimes just doing it your way and not caving in with the bigger company and the bigger promotion gives you happiness, because then they don't control him. He can do his stuff that he wants to do. And, sometimes it's better to be smarter that way. Try to build your own empire instead of caving. I mean, a lot of times people cave and then they don't read the fine print and then they get screwed. 86-84. Free throw good. 86-85. Let me know what you guys want to see for pictures there. Mike or Cyber or any of y'all. Odinson. 88-85. Portland, third quarter. I got to check up on Paisley here in a little bit. SGA. He's kind of good. Yeah. That was a big influence in my life too, because if you got to think of listening to those styles, I already went like for the top of the top at the beginning. So there was others that I listened to, like Vanilla Ice and Young MC. Those were the first two like rap stuff that I got introduced to when I was little. It was Young MC, Bust a Move, and then the whole like first cassette tape, and then the Vanilla Ice, and then I had my mom borrow the tapes from friends, and then we copied them because we told them we were going to copy them and make a version for me, and then that way I could have it and we could give the tape back or whatever. Sometimes when you're poor and shit, maybe you can't afford to go buy the thing there, and you got a blank tape. Fuck it, just record it. It's the quality going to be a little off, but at least you can hear it. And that was when we were like listen to the radio. It's like Z100, or usually there was like only one hip hop type station, maybe like one or two rock. Every it all depends, I guess. Regionally, what was popular for you guys, in your area. But a lot of the channels that were back then, they're not existent now. I think it's kind of common for you guys too, where it's like you have a radio station that was like, or if they are still in existence, they're not as maybe popular as they were, since there was so many others that came out after. But Fruit by the Foot, yeah, Everlasting Gobstoppers. The one that fucking got me was the Shark Bites, though, because I was like, fucking A, dude. My mom wouldn't really buy those, but I had friends that would hook me up, and I was like, damn, these are good. Or like Gushers, I was like, god damn, these are good. Like you can even buy those goddamn Gushers today, and you're like feeling like a little kid again. Like I'm supposed to be buying them for like my, girlfriend's daughter. She's going to like middle school and whatnot, right? She's like, "What happened to the Gushers? I fucking ate them. They're good. There was 20, yeah." I mean, you got to be careful with those, especially if you're, visit the dispensary. A whole box of those could go real quick. You don't mean to. It's like chips. Those Gushers though are deadly. It's like you can almost hear yourself getting fatter while you eat each one, but you just don't care. You're like, these are good. Yeah. Everyone's vibe is that's why I like the channel so much, because we all can come together with different things. Maybe the connection that I have with you is football. Maybe it's mental health. Maybe it's, wrestling, maybe it's something else. Like it's, you never know, but everyone's vibe is so different because we have people from the West Coast, the Midwest, and the South and the East Coast. And we already know everyone's vibe and swagger and like how, things are. It's not the same. I mean, you might as well have it like every little place is like its own little kind of mini country, really. Just like lifestyle and how people live and the trends. And I love culture, though. That's why I really want to be able to have enough money to visit people like some of y'all, and then be able to eat like at the best places that you guys can take me, and be able to record that experience would be cool too. I can only imagine. I mean, with the food that a lot of the places offer in the Midwest, the East Coast, and the South, yeah, that's like a drool moment, for me. Like, especially when I'm watching like Gordon Ramsay and I'm watching all the Food Network and they're talking about your guys' places and like how good it is, and I can tell, and the HD 4K TV shows me. So yeah. Holly in the building. Tommy boy. It's my dog, man. This is me earlier. And then the goats came in. And then that's me now. We might hit the DeLorean at some point. I did see a video of a guy dressed up as Marty McFly, had the DeLorean, and even had the almanac, for like the Halloween thing. I was like, oh, okay, the guy did a pretty good job. 92-90. Damn. From deep, baby. Oh, yeah. Dame time. 93-92 Blazers. How are you doing, Holly? Good to see you. So are you going on a little trip, Holly? Are you leaving your house and going somewhere special? Is that what's happening? (94-93) Thunder. Oh, big block. Foul. Damn it. Yeah, 80s, 90s stuff, though. Like I said, I went down the rabbit hole and I watched, it was like this one guy put together commercials for food and just, McDonald's and just like all the stuff that the toys that were around at the time. And it was incredible. They even had some like G.I. Joe stuff, the Tiger Force. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it's just really crazy to be able to find an exact commercial that was out in that particular year when you're like 6, 7, 8 years old and you remember it. I don't know. Just this nostalgia overload. Oh, incredible. Incredible. I'm happy for you. You deserve it. You deserve it. How exciting is that? You know what I mean? It's like, it's one thing to be able to support, there, for at Arrowhead, but to be able to do something like that, that's incredible. Definitely. And regardless, with Super Bowl, right, or a big event like that, you don't care. I mean, wherever you sit, obviously we know seats can be very, very expensive for an event like that. But I would assume, sometimes the better that you can get, obviously is wanted. But yeah, almost anything would be pretty cool to actually be there and see your own team. So. 98-95 Thunder. Justin, my buddy, is at the game. Dame had 20 points in the first quarter. Alexander's at 32. No surprise. Dame is at 31. They are battling it out. All right, I need to go check up on Paisley really quick. Thank you guys so much for all your love and generosity and good times. All right, let me go say hello with her, and I'll be right back.
We create possibility, and we create opportunity. We stock shelves, build bridges, hang cable, pave roads, move people, haul logs, hogs, pipe, grain, bricks, dirt, cattle, milk, fuel, and anything made, grown, bought, or sold. We create tomorrow. A tomorrow that's cleaner, that's healthier, that's safer, and smarter. Because we don't build trucks, we move the world. When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and sauce favorites like lemon pepper, mango habanero.
Oh, Paisley, such a beautiful girl. Sitting on my my vintage Buccaneer blanket, which is no longer mine. It is hers, and there's some bites and some tears. You know what I mean? But it lasted a long time, and if she wants to nibble on it, then and then she's gonna nibble on it. She's doing good though. She's just sitting there waiting for dad. A lot of times she's like very calm. She'll watch TV or she'll just like nap and just kind of chill. But it just depends on who's home, if people are here or not. But she usually doesn't give me a hard time. So it's good. It is good. Mike, Cyber, Mike, and a lot of others. I appreciate you. 98-95. Blazers, baby. I got my Snapple frozen kiwi strawberry. If I was able to purchase this in this condition, this is like a $10 drink. No joke. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then that vintage thread that I was on actually showed when the Simpsons promoted their movie, they made 7-Eleven locations into quickie marts, and you could actually get like squishies, and then they had all those things, and the person had the pictures of like Homer and then like the squishy machine. I was like, oh my gosh, like how cool is that? Even that being something a little bit more recent, but like I'm trying to remember. Do I even remember that? Like I don't think I do. I'm not sure. They probably, because we didn't have one here. If they had one in Oregon, they probably would have had people going from a long ways away to get a photo with that. 98-97 Thunder. Yeah, but so much nostalgia. There's nostalgia overload. Every single thing I saw, I was like, oh, I didn't recognize everything, but there definitely was like commercials and toys and like snacks. And I was like, oh my God. The toy commercials were so epic. Yeah, and also if they win, what an amazing, underdog, find a way and get to see. I mean, regardless, win or lose, you're going to support your team through and through. But if they can get the win and being there, how special would that be? Yeah, good things happen to good people. You can have some tough times and some obstacles, but I couldn't think of someone more deserving. So I'm really happy for you, and you're able to have these magical things, sometimes line up and whatnot. Sometimes, you just have to be aware, you just have to be aware of your surroundings. And if you're just aware of your surroundings, sometimes the magic or the opportunity is there. You just have to open your eyes and be able to act. And if you can act on certain things, then you can make certain things happen. Like, me getting Julio and Aaron Judge baseball, or you meeting Tommy's mom and Tommy at the liquor store, Some things feel like, some divine intervention or something that's like meant to be, or some Matrix type stuff. But a lot of times, if you do notice the weird stuff, the special stuff, it doesn't happen to the person just once. It like continues to happen with the person like their whole life, or like a good chunk. Karma's real. Good shot clock. Violation for the Thunder, 103-99. OKC, come on now. Come on, Blazers. Justin is there. You're living your best life, you know what I mean? And that sometimes it's worth it, to be able to do that. If that's the thing that you care about more, than most things in life, and you want to be able to support, sometimes making those tough, decisions, but you already know it's not a tough decision because you just, it's taking advantage of the moment, and it's you either do it or you don't. And most of the time, if you pull the trigger on something like that, it ends up being the right thing to do, and you'll have a memory for life. Because that's what it's about, relationships and memories. Oh, let's go. Shaden Sharp for 3, 105, 103 Blazers. Let's go, baby. Yes. Oh, the baby. Yeah, SGA, we fucking quadrupled teamed him. Shot up. There we go. Blazers with the board. Here we go. 105, 103 with 23 seconds left. Come on, baby. All right, Anthony Simons at the top of the key. 15 seconds to go. 105, 103. This has been tough. I mean, like I said, we both suck, but both guys, SGA and Dame, are averaging 30 a game, so there's talent there. End of the quarter. No. End of the shot clock. Shit. Yeah, it's third quarter, 105, 103. So we still got a little bit more, maybe another half hour of the game, and then it'll be over. And me and Paisley are just going to be chilling. So I'm just going to hang out with people for, we'll kind of just play it by ear after the game is over. And then I don't have to wake up early for anything. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. And then, then Super Bowl Sunday. So I'll be doing that obviously too. So, offensive foul. Wow. There's like 3 Blazers on the ground. All right. 105, 103. Nice. Yeah. I can't believe that's awesome that you're going. Plus, when you get to go to the event too, I mean, if you borrowed a little money or whatever, if you can find something that they have there, like a Super Bowl towel, with the Chiefs and, the logo, like that would be something that would be a good buy. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to necessarily buy a bunch of stuff, but I know if I was there, I would make sure to get myself at least one thing that wasn't like magazine, promo related, something that's like exclusive to the event that you can buy there. So that's what I saw too. It was like 5,000 to 6,000. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on what website too. That's crazy. 36 to 5,500. Yeah, I think most of them now. I mean, unless it's like every website is going to have some people that are trying to make money. So there's going to be probably good tickets available on like many sites. There's going to be quite a few that will be promoting ticket sales, but yes, that's what I was, hat, shirt, towel, something cool that you can bring back with you that's exclusive, that's got the Super Bowl like logo on the item. That's what you want. It makes, I was there, cool things. Plus, like I said, I have no idea what I've never been. So, I mean, just the promo booths, I know they're going to have stuff available. There'll be like bootleg people outside the stadium, trying to sell their stuff. And then you get the stuff in the inside, but it's going to be fun. Should be a good one. 105, 103, Blazers up by 2 as we go into the fourth quarter.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free. Like the Subway series menu. Just buy any footlong in the app and get one free. Free Monsters, free Bosses, and a footlong for free. This guy loves a great offer. So let's see some hustle.
Are we going to get a 70-yard punt by Tommy in the Super Bowl? Like something epic, like 60 or 70? I mean, why not, right? I mean, let's put him on the pedestal and let's get him up there. I mean, him and Butker could end up being the heroes, like low key. Be really cool if he broke like the Super Bowl record. I don't know what the Super Bowl record for a punt is, but wouldn't that be dope if Tommy broke it? He just goes in there, boom, 72 yards, just breaks the record. That would be epic. Maybe I'm talking it into existence, so maybe we are going to get something like that. Is that what's going on? Am I talking it in as a message? .105, 103 Blazers. Anthony Simons baseline. Shaden Sharp with the rebound layup. 107, 103 Rip City. Let's go. Oh, nice. Heck yeah. I'm just glad that I was able to take care of you. I mean, I think both of us, we've seen better days on certain things, but I think that no matter what, you continue to be a good person. You know what I mean? We're going to go through the ups and downs, but I really feel, like I said, the relationships and the people that you have in your corner, it doesn't have to necessarily be like financially, but just like mentally, spiritually, and just having good vibes from good people. You really can make a difference and in someone's life, and I think a lot of us have leaned on each other at some point or another, and it's a good thing. We need that. Life is tough, to keep everything fucking bottled in, to actually talk with intelligent people and, be able to just be real about stuff. Can't really do that with a lot of other places just because you have too many trolls and people that are just trying to be negative. So that's why we eliminate those people. Yeah, but I'm just excited that I was able to, you got the jersey and then you got the sweater. The sweater stuff always like intrigued me. I get too hot for that type of stuff. But I mean, if I would have to sacrifice being sweaty to wear, something of that nature, of course I would. It's a very unique idea, and that's why Mitchell and Ness is so cool. They have stuff like that for like the hockey, where it'll be like long sleeve as well. And some of the hockey designs of like Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux is incredible. I'm not a big enough hockey fan to buy one, but I've always seen them and like thought, wow, that would be cool. 109, 103 Blazers. Yeah, that's a good jersey to wear. $5 holla, holla. Appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Cheers. But again, I think the pressure, I'm just being, just observant and just looking at things. The pressure is on the Eagles. It's not on the Chiefs. This is a different territory for you guys. So if you guys can play loose, right, and know that you're the underdog, but you can still win, the legacy-wise, if you lose, it doesn't hurt your guys' legacy. But if you win, it definitely puts you in another category to show everyone that you guys can win under any type of scheme, with Tyreek or without, and to do it without a year even separating from the point where he left, and then to get there. And if you guys win, that says a lot to me, legacy-wise, and hopefully Bieniemy at that point, if you guys do win, that he wouldn't leave, he would just stay, because this is the best spot and the best organization to be a part of if you're calling the plays for Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I mean, you're not going to get better than that. So, I mean, does Eric Bieniemy deserve to be a head coach somewhere? Of course. But go somewhere like the Texans and have you be the guinea pig and then get fired after a year and then come back, or just stay where you need to stay. Nothing wrong with being the best offensive coordinator in football, or one of the best grandpa in the world, right? Andy Reid. It's going to be fun. Gonna be fun. Hey, sports gods, listen. And I don't know. Sometimes, I'll have a dream. Sometimes I'll get a message and it'll just come to me like in my brain, and I just kind of speak it. And then some of those things turn out to end up being like truth. They end up happening. Hard to explain, you know what I mean? The communication. Well, I mean, if I was Eric, I would. I mean, it's one thing to be able to be a head coach, and I would love to get more African-American, Mexican, Latinos, Latinas, and Asian, people that are qualified, and women as well, up the ladder, in the different jobs for the coaching and the assistants and the trainers and stuff. But it's a very slow process, but you are starting to see a little bit of ground being made in each sport, which is nice. But it's not enough. It needs to be much better. But I mean, if I'm Bieniemy, why would I want to leave the best quarterback and best tight end? And I have probably the best coach to learn underneath in the league at this time. You know, I mean, Belichick is Belichick, right? Mike Tomlin's Mike Tomlin. But, I mean, Andy Reid's legacy for both of the franchises, he's going to go down in history as, like, one of the all-time greats. Like, we'll be talking about Andy Reid, Eagle fans, Chief fans, for many, many years down the road once he's not coach anymore. Remember that Andy Reid guy? Yeah. You're not going to forget an Andy Reid, Mr. Cheeseburger himself. 112, 103. I would eat cheeseburger with Andy. Oh, turnover. There we go. Heck yeah. We're up by 9 with 9:45 to go, baby. Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like the Colts are going to hire someone that wins the Super Bowl or someone that loses the Super Bowl, one of the coaches. So there's a guy on each side that you could hire. So Blazers 3 in and out. Giddy for 3, and it's good. Giddy was 17. Giddy would make a good Blazer. I'm always keeping my eye on these like low-key guys that don't really look like ballers, but then they low-key score like 15 to 18 a game. I'm keeping my eye on guys like that. I do that like with football too and baseball. You're just looking for the kind of the sleeper players. Because those are the type of guys, if you add those guys to your bench, that's how you make the West Finals, like the Blazers did a few years ago. It's like, how the hell did we get that far? And, you know, having guys like a Josh Giddey on the bench would definitely help. 112, 106, Blazers. Game is almost over. Boom. Knowledge bomb. Yeah, we love you. We love being able to hang out and spend time. It's always a good time. It's always a good time. Did you get a chance, Holly, to see the Hall of Fame? The people that got inducted and the people that got snubbed. Did you see any of that? I know you probably saw some of the award stuff. I mean, all the Chiefs fans already know, but the MVP. Sometimes the awards get the wrong person. Sometimes they do get the right person. Sharp is impressive on both sides of the court. She says, off topic. Portable phone device chargers, and if so, what is a good one? So are you talking about for like car or being able to have with you at the game, so that way your phone doesn't die, so you can take some pictures? Is that what you're saying? Like one that you can put in your jacket, like with you? Not a car type one, right? But one that's like attaches, like it's got its own little mini battery and it attaches with like a charger to the phone, like one of those, right? Like with you at the game. That is a good question. For me, I would probably look on Amazon. That would be the number one thing. You know, I would do a Google search first and then see what brands, and then that's what I would do. You know, if I was going after it. I mean, there's obviously going to be ones that you'll be able to find at like certain stores and whatnot, but you know, I would assume going to a place like maybe a Target would probably be a money place to go to. You know, and when in doubt, you can go to a like a Target or a Kmart type place, and usually they're going to have, Walmart, not Kmart. Kmart's a lot of those are, obviously bankrupt, but Walmart, Target, you go there, you're going to find it. And it probably isn't going to be too much, probably like $30, $20-$30, I would assume. And then you also got to see when you buy it, if you have to charge it up, because it's not going to be ready like as soon as you buy it, and then you go into the game and then it's dead. So I think a lot of those ones, you have to fire it up and you have to charge the pack itself. They might have a little juice in it when it starts off just as a default, just so it shows that it works or whatever. But, Dame splitting the defense. 114, 113 Blazers. Let's go. Stolen. Sharp. Oh, knocked out of his hands. Yeah. Well, I think that, this is the first time you guys are maybe more underdog. I mean, maybe an underdog against the Buccaneers, but you were maybe favored in the San Francisco one. I know some people think maybe they were the underdog in that one, but I think a lot of people thought the Mahomes could get that one done. And I'm not sure really what the perception was with the Buccaneers ones. I know everyone knew that we had good defense and stuff, but obviously with the offensive lineman being injured, that's when people kind of, had an opinion on who they thought was going to win, and that would be an impact, which normally it is if your offensive linemen are out and they're the two best that you have out of 5. But, even if you are considered the underdog and they are the more well-rounded team and you're going in there as an underdog like Rocky and a little bit banged up, doesn't mean you can't win. It's going to mean a lot more for you guys to win than it is for the Eagles. It's like they invested everything and they went all in. All the pressure is on them. You guys have already been there. And, it's like, even though you kind of hobbled in, you still got there. And people know that as long as you have Reed and Bieniemy and with Kelsey and Mahomes, you have a shot. But the defense has to play well. If they play well, get a couple sacks, get a couple picks, there's going to be an opportunity to tie it late or maybe take a lead with a field goal and win. But the defense has to play good. It can't be average or get just, you can't have the Eagles run for like 150, 180. It's going to be very difficult to win if something like that happens. So my kind of thing. But I think it would mean more to the Chiefs also to show that the coaching staff is elite, even though we've been saying that all these years. But to be able to win without Tyreek when people thought they would not even make the playoffs or finish 3rd or 4th, and it was literally the same year Tyreek left, you still got there and then you won, maybe against a team that was more well-rounded, that was deeper. That would mean a lot legacy-wise. It's not going to hurt your guys' legacy at Mahomes if you lose, but if you win, it's going to put you guys in another category. And to show how, diverse, they can flip the script in 1 year. It didn't even take them 2 years, to develop the right play calling and the right distribution of the football to all the teammates. Instead of going to Kelsey and Tyreek, now 10 different guys get it. I mean, there's no other offense in the NFL that does that or has that trust. It's like, yes, they could pick their favorites and just go to like 2 guys or 3 guys like before, but to make them more like unreadable and more like you're guessing, then they get everyone involved. And then it's a brilliant thing. And then I imagine you're going to see a lot of other teams try to do this, but if they don't have a Mahomes or Kelsey, then the results will vary clearly. 115, 114 Thunder. Yeah, but containing the run game and getting some plays on defense and defending in the secondary, getting pressure with the D-line. If these things happen, yes, there definitely will be a shot to win the game. Pressure is on them, not on you. Guys can go in loose. You already know that most, and sometimes, you can be an underdog and it's a little bit better game plan. You can be more loose. There's not this pressure that you're like the best team that's only lost 1 game and all of the pressure is on you. It's like, you already know who you are. You have the experience. And regardless if you're favored or the underdog, you're just going to bring it. And you got Andy Reid and Bieniemy. And no matter who else you go against, it's not going to be as better than those two. Or if it is, it probably only will be 1 guy that'll match one of the others. You're probably not going to get 2 that are going to match up coaching-wise or play-calling-wise than what you're going to get with what you guys offer with Reid and Bieniemy. So that always is going to be an extra advantage if the running game is not working. O-line is struggling. D-line is struggling. Secondary is struggling. Big dunk right there by the Thunder. But when you end up having that, it kind of counteracts some of the weaknesses. So other teams would be fucking screwed. This bottom line, it's like if you can't get to the quarterback, secondary is giving up big plays, run game is getting stuffed, right? You're trying to go to your big play guys, they're getting double teamed or they're dropping. Quarterbacks maybe a little banged up. But I just think with the flow, the personnel, anything can happen. That's facts. And also the opposite could happen. Where people are thinking, oh, the Eagles are not going to give up anything on the run. They're going to run the ball for like 200 yards. They're going to make all these sack lunches on Mahomes. Well, what happens if it's the opposite, though? Like, what happens if Mahomes is the one and they get off to a big lead and they're up early, 17-7 in the first quarter? I don't think I've heard that many people thinking that's going to happen. You know, is it that crazy to think that, you know, get a good kickoff return, get, you know, good yardage early on, maybe get a PI penalty, get into a little bit of a groove? Is it really that crazy to think that they can't get off to a lead early and kind of flip the script? Everyone thinks it's just going to be Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. You know, it's going to be interesting. No matter what people think, you know, the football gods and the structure of the game, not the script, you know, but just the flow, the game flow. This is not going to be at Arrowhead. This is not going to be in Philly. It's a bunch of, you know, corporate people, lucky people like Holly supporting her team. And we're going to get a lot of hardcore Eagle and Chief fans that will be there, and a lot of people that wish they could be there. And then you're going to get the corporate accounts and the big boys and, you know, people that some care about football, some that will probably play on their phone the whole time, you know, and just get drunk and whatnot. Hey, but I guess that's what happens when you're rich, right? You have the choice to watch the game or just act like it's a concert and not really care. But I know the tickets are super expensive. All the Kmarts. Yeah, we had one in Beaverton, but I think it shut down just a few years ago. But up to a couple years ago, it was still open because I remember I went there. You know, I can't remember what I was looking for. Maybe something medicine related or car related, windshield wiper or something. I don't know, something. You know, I went in there, but I don't think they have too many of those anymore. Yeah, they had a Kmart, and then next to it, then they had like a place where they did like miniature golf inside, like glow in the dark, and then they had like a bar and stuff. And then they had some other sales buildings in a place that I used to work at before, and they would go to those places. Not necessarily the Kmart, but the bar typically. But the glow in the dark indoor putt was actually really cool. I haven't been to too many that put in a lot of time and effort in the obstacle courses and what they did, but this place is pretty fucking big. And if you get someone that really dedicates their time, I mean, people will come and you'll make money. Eubanks, undercut. Down by 5 points, 119-114 with 5 minutes to go. All right, come on, Blazers. I miss I got the Fred Meyers, the Target, the Kmart, Toys R Us, KB Toy Stores, all the places that, used to exist that don't exist anymore. Oh, it's so good. Kiwi strawberry. So good. 119-116. Come on, Blazers. Damian Lillard has 33 points. SGA's got 40. Holy fuck. He's good. I knew he was going to play big. He's like, oh, yeah, you got Lillard? Well, guess what? He's averaging 30. He's 16 for 17 from free throws, 12 from 15. I mean, SGA is an animal. I wish this guy would come to the Blazers. Maybe if we had a player like this and Dame together, then we could do some damage. I mean, they're on a crappy team. He's on the Thunder. Well, there we go. But maybe that's a secret. Maybe that's what will unlock Dame time, is finding a guy like SGA that is kind of like a newer player that hasn't really got superstar status yet. This will be the first year that he's recognized as a superstar. But if we can get a guy like that to come to Portland, what could be, huh? No one thought this guy would be as good as he is too. Like if you watched him at college, like you thought maybe 10 to 15 a game, but never averaging 30 or throwing up 40-point games. I don't think anyone anticipated that. Montgomery Ward. I remember, places that had, it was like a Jeffco and Montgomery Ward. You could go there and then they would have like the autographed baseballs of like, Ken Griffey Jr. and Cal Ripken, like inside the cases. I remember being a little kid before going to the card shop and going there and seeing that shit and being like, oh my God, like how cool would that be? Because you don't get to see a lot of that stuff unless you go to the card shop, and then they had those back then. Oh, dish. 124, 119 Thunder. Yeah, but I got a lot of Toys R Us memories and a lot of card shop memories. I remember even when Nintendo was in its prime, we had a card shop in Beaverton that sold video games. They did the Magic the Gathering stuff in Pogs, but they also did all the sports cards, but they did Nintendo games. And it was insane because that was still when Nintendo was super hot. And, you could go there and they had a pretty good selection of people that just got fed up with, maybe that $50 game and wanted something else. But they had an insane option for collection back then. And then obviously Sega came out. Then people started playing that, Super Nintendo, and then 64, and then PlayStation. 126, 121, Thunder. Oh, yeah. Sears back in the day. Thank you, Mike. O-Dog is slacking. Mike is just going ham sandwich, trying to support your boy. He said, last 2 streams have not been good. Today makes up for all of that, and I appreciate you guys tremendously. Thank you so much, man. Very, very much. Dog food ain't cheap. I got to go get some tomorrow. And I'll probably get her something new, a new toy too. She deserves it. Just want to be able to spend every day as if it's my last day on Earth with her. That's really how I approach it. 1992. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. It's changed my life. It saved my life. Sometimes you don't realize how a pet can save your life mentally and make things in your life so much better. And I can't even imagine my life without her now. 1992. Appreciate you. I got to get a picture of Slayer here. And then I have another dono from him because your boy was slow and watching this game, and he's still supporting. Appreciate you. Slayer! Thank you. 1992. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Mike's going on his own dono train, helping out the brand so much. Especially when the last 2 streams were a little underwhelming. But I knew 3 in a row, it could happen. But I kind of had a feeling that maybe we would have some people come on. And if not today, I knew by at least Super Bowl. I know people have different schedules and whatnot. People got a lot going on. There's a lot of shows on like Netflix, and you got the awesome show. You're gonna have Mandalorian in like a couple weeks. And then Last of Us, all kinds of good stuff. HBO. $15 dono from my mic. A dono on top of a dono. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Kyle Busch approved. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. $126, $121. Anthony Simons for 3. Dive. Lillard's got these really colorful dames on. They're like bluish purple. Normally, he'll wear, whatever shoes. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They can be teal. They can be pink, whatever. If we're wearing the black and red, so, he'll just go whatever with whatever shoe. And he's got these like really bright blue. It's kind of more sky blue, not a brightish blue, like a teal, but more like a dark sky, dark blue, but just really bright. I mean, it looks like actually something that probably the Thunder players should be wearing, honestly. No, foul, no call. We might lose this game now. We're down by 8 with 2:30 left. Not Dame time. Not Dame time. Unfortunately, it's not looking good. Shit, bank shot good. We're down by 10 now. And my buddy is there too. SGA has 42. Dame's got 36, and that's kind of the difference. Tough. Stolen again. Hell. Oh, man. Dunk and one on the fast break. Wow. That was incredible. That's all right. That's what happens. I mean, when you're a team that's 27-28, you don't really have a whole lot of expectations. But I promised my friend that I would commit to the Blazers and watch, and either I do it, either on the stream or watch it in the background. And football's coming to an end, so it'll be another thing to do. And you never know, you might be able to get some new people to check you out on Twitter or here on the channel. And the more that I do basketball and March Madness and NASCAR and baseball and wrestling, eventually it's got to click somewhere. Somewhere we got to gain ground, And we got Mike from NASCAR streams, and he doesn't really care, that much about NFL and all these other things. He a lot of times isn't even watching what we're doing, which is totally okay. Just hanging out and spending time, and we appreciate you. But when I do the NASCAR, yeah, he'll be there. And I dropped the ball on that first one. I just wasn't feeling good. I really pushed too. I was like, tried to take a shower and everything, but then I was thinking, gosh, I'm going to have to commit to like 4 or 5 hours. And I mean, if the race at that point was like 2 hours, then I think I could have did it. But I was like, oh, I mean, it would be really shitty for me to, be online and then all of a sudden, like halfway through the race, I just leave. I guess I could have, but I mean, I really want to be able to either go all in or I just can't do it. And just wasn't, my stomach was hurting. Hard to do the stream if you feel like you got the bubble guts. The bubble guts, stomach upset. Not everyone owns Pepto-Bismol. 133, 121. Thunder, damn it. I don't think we are going to win today. Harrison Butker only eats steak, rice, fruit, honey, eggs, and raw dairy. For breakfast, he eats 2 steaks, 5 eggs over rice. Wow. That actually sounds really good. I mean, you got to have money, Imagine eating 2 steaks for breakfast. That's a hearty protein. I like rice. I mean, everything that was mentioned sounds delicious. I just don't have the money to eat like that. 136, 121. We're down by 15. It's over. 149 to go. Alexander with 42. And Dame with 36 still. Apparently not Dame time tonight. James Meza with a $3 dono. Thank you so much for your support to the brand. I appreciate you tremendously. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see. Say I learned something new. I always learn something new from y'all. It's going to be one of y'all will have some kind of trivia or fact of your favorite player, favorite team, or something that you saw. I love it. Like those kind of off the wall random things. I like that type of stuff. I'm a nerd. I'm a weirdo. I don't know. I mean, all I do is read and watch film and do all that all day. So I'm all about the information. Appreciate every single one. Yeah, Mike's been doing his own little dono train, which has been amazing. Cyberpunk came in. We got Holly in here. Everyone's coming in, participating. JT in the building. Yes, I can't wait, man. And I felt like just such a piece of crap. I kept seeing the clock get closer and closer. And I was like, I wanted to do the race so bad. And then I watched the replay the next night, to get it all into my system because I'm not going to just skip it. And FS2 does a replay. And even if the commercials are taken out, it's 2 hours of my just undivided attention. And then, yeah, and obviously I'm not missing Daytona. I just got to hope I don't have any kind of sickness or I, feel like shit or whatever. But as long as I feel good and mentally, I feel like I've turned a corner and I've been much better. Me and Paisley have been getting outside and I feel good, about things. I made spaghetti for dinner. So I got good leftovers for today and tomorrow. So yeah, life is good. That's awesome. Give me all the new knowledge and weird stuff. You'd be surprised. If it's 80s nostalgia, I'm going to fall in love with anyone that says anything 80s or 90s nostalgia. But if you got some current stuff, yeah, I love that. And sometimes you'll just get that on like tweets and stuff that you follow on Instagram and Twitter of your favorite team or players, or someone will cover the team and come up with some of this information. 138, 123. Walter. Okay. With the little jumper, we're down by 13. This one's over. Damn it. Yeah, but I can't wait for Daytona. That's going to be exciting. And honestly, after watching that short track, I don't think I like it that much. I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but it just to start off the season with that, it's like it doesn't feel right. Like Daytona should be the one that starts the season every year, period. Like not that race. I'm not really sure. It's just too short for me. Not enough, passing, not enough room to make moves. It's like the cars are too condensed, and I know that's what a short track is, but there's short tracks that are bigger than that one. And I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that track. I mean, what if I went there? Would I have loved it? Of course I would have. You know what I mean? It would have been like heaven, but I just watching it on TV, I wasn't really that impressed. I was like, I don't know. It just seems like that's where USC plays football. And it just looked like, I don't know, kind of out of place to me. I still enjoyed the race like a motherfucker though. I loved it, but I don't know. Not one of my favorite tracks, not like Talladega or Daytona or some of these other ones. Bristol. Yes. Rich Bashasha. Yeah. If you look at the coaching tree, sometimes it's kind of funny how different organizations trade back and forth players and coaches. Sometimes there's a connection that if you go a little bit deeper with certain players and teams, and when they look at certain talent once they get the job, sometimes they do try to recruit some of those guys that they, if they're still in the league, or on that team still, and trying to like beef up their roster. Happens all the time. 138, 129 Thunder. Oh, are you going to stay home? Hey, it's okay. Get your lazy boy. You know what I mean? You can plop up with the tablet or the laptop with me. Well, and we'll watch it, man. Your health is most important. But I know that's something that you really wanted to go to. All right, Thunder win. Final score 138 and 129. And just like that, I'm on vacation, like mentally we just lost. And then instead of me having to go to the parking garage and walk a bunch of steps, I'm like, no. Let me know what you guys want to do for photos and whatnot. We'll hang out for, as long as you guys want. I mean, we definitely had a very successful day to make up for the last two. So thank you guys so much. It's blessings. It's like, I just wish things didn't cost so fucking much. Like I'm just, there's some people that are horrible with money. And I think everyone, including myself, everyone has lapses of, buying things maybe that they shouldn't, but once you get to a certain point where, you can't really be like, well, you can't be like, rent is not optional, or like certain bills, like with like PGE for power or your cell phone. It's like, if you don't get certain shit done at some point, it's off. So it's like, you can only push it aside so long. And I think the number one thing for me though, is like groceries, just the shocking value of eating out or even going to the grocery store and realizing like how expensive things, even basic stuff like milk and cheese and bread. It's just wild. Just wild. I have to watch because I'm the one that does the shopping. So I'm always making sure I'm not just grabbing just anything, Can't do that. Going to the, grocery store like this. And then I look at my receipt after buying like 5 items and it says $80. They got to get in the DeLorean, go back in time. It's all good. You and me will have a fucking blast, man. We'll watch it together. I'll get you any photos of what you want. Maybe you'll get some favorite food. Maybe we can do like some kind of little feast. You know what I mean? Like you'll have some food prepared, and maybe I'll have some barbecue delivered, and then we can have just a really good meal and just sit back and watch the Daytona 500, man. Just be comfortable and hang out. I know it's not the same for you because you want to go and you normally go, kids are going, so I know you're disappointed about that. But being able to watch it with you will be awesome. And imagine maybe Kyle Busch will win it. Could you imagine with that? I mean, but then that would be like, oh, if I was there, but you never know. Maybe just the little Kyle Busch, little magic, maybe. So. Yeah, I do Blazer games, but if depending on the matchups, if the Thunder are playing, I did the Thunder and the Lakers a couple days ago. So I do, if they're a team that one of the ESPN TNT games, and I'll do it. So yeah, periodically, if that's the only team that you follow, like I said, I did 2 Thunder games this week, but from week to week, it just depends on who they match up against. But I will admit. I did the Bucks, Blazers, the Thunder, and Lakers when he broke the record. LeBron, Golden State, and Portland, and then the Bucks and the Lakers, and then this game. But SGA is the truth. Like, I mean, that guy is he is single-handedly good enough on that roster, even not watching anybody else to watch their games. He's that much of a superstar, and I don't think a lot of people know that yet, but they will. So, and I've seen a few, and yeah, he's special. I mean, shit, if you're scoring 30 a game. Like Dame, I mean, you're pretty fucking good. So all the Napa know-hows. All right, let me delete some of the photos here. But first, we'll decide what avenue we want to go to photo-wise. And then I'll spend some time with Paisley. So maybe we'll go for another 45 minutes. We'd probably go for that. I mean, I could always go longer than that. I guess it just depends on how everyone is feeling. But if we want to go for 45 more minutes, I'm cool with that. Longer, I'm cool with that. I just don't want to. If I'm with Paisley by myself, I might take her for another walk or something. But yeah, whatever you guys want, whatever you're thinking, we can do it. But I'm thinking another. 45 minutes would put us at the 3 hour and 30 minute mark. So I'm thinking 3 to 4 hours somewhere in there. And we're at 2 hours and 46 minutes. So I'm still chilling with you guys. The game just ended. Now I got to go to the ESPN. Is it over? Maybe looks like that's over. What about wrestling? We got wrestling. What do I got? Oh, Ancient Aliens. All right, we got SmackDown, Young Rock, Simpsons, King of the Hill, Swamp People, South Park. Okay. Your boy, I'm going to turn on SmackDown. All right, got SmackDown going. Haven't watched anything on the SmackDown, so. All right, man. Hopefully I get to see you sometime soon. See, and that's why sometimes, being able to do, a game instead of just a freestyle stream. If I do a freestyle stream, I'm never going to get someone like that. So, if I can keep just grinding it out and doing as many baseball, as many NASCAR, as much NBA and March Madness, we'll be able to, gain a new audience. So. Yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, to be able to have discipline and to have someone that can back up Dame, it's not going to necessarily be easy. I mean, obviously with CJ's expiring contract and the money, we had a cheaper option, but Simon's going 3 for 14 for 11 when we needed him to go for probably 20 in that game. And Jeremy Grant did his job, 23. Reddish had 11 and Eubanks had 9, 13 for Sharp. But yeah, definitely needs to be better if he's considered our second best player. He might not even be our second best player. Maybe our second best player is Jeremy Grant. So, but I agree. I saw that too. Yeah, but you know what? As Portland fans, a lot of us have been watching since the 80s. So we already kind of know what it is. Sometimes things are, expiring contracts and everything, we kind of know where it's going to go, but it's not like we're a good team this year. It's not like we're in the top 4 or the top 8. Normally we're sitting somewhere between 10 and 12. So we got a long ways to go. Yeah. Some people like Chauncey. Some people don't. I mean, at first when the hire happened, I don't know if I was really excited, you know what I mean? But again, the Blazers never play defense. And I go to the games. I saw Dame put up to 60. There are times where we play, good, but it's usually not the defensive side. They have the drum where they do the defense. They never play. I mean, like I said, it might be like 20 years before they get to a point where they play defense, but they don't have the personnel to play and they don't put in the effort. A lot of guys are just, offensive minded teams, and it shows. You're not going to get a lot of Detroit Piston bad boys or even the Detroit Piston team with Phillips and Tayshaun Prince and Rip Hamilton and Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. That might have been one of the last like defensive minded oriented teams that we've seen. So it is what it is. All right, I got some of these. Yeah, I'm ready for March Madness too. All right, let's go with some photos here. And then where do we want to go? Mike, what do you want to see? You got anything specific, like music-wise? I mean, you've definitely supported so much today, and I thank you, man. Like, even one of your donations was as much as we got on like a single-day stream on Wednesday and Thursday. It was pretty rough. So it means a lot. I appreciate you. We already know some days will be good, some days will be off and be a little slower and lower, but I appreciate you. But let me know what you want to take a peek at, and I got you. It could be NASCAR related. I can do Kyle Busch, or I can do music, whatever. And then we'll hang out here for a little bit, and then I'll take a peek with Paisley, and we'll probably spend the rest of the night hanging out together while I eat some spaghetti leftovers. Yeah, Joe Dirt's a great movie. I can watch that movie over and over and over and over again, and it never gets old. It's like Tommy Boy. There's just certain movies that Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. It's just, yeah. I'll get you some Bama too. We might as well. We haven't showed any Bama in a while. It's weird with college football not like being over. Big fireworks show for the SmackDown. I think Odin said that SmackDown was okay. It wasn't very good. There's some legends for you. I'll get you Derek Thomas in Alabama. Got to get you that. And then Jameson, what do you want, man? You got something specific you want to see, Jameson?
And as your wise man, I'm here tonight to drop a few pearls of wisdom on you. You know, ever since Brock Lesnar and I conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Throw you a Derrick Henry while you're waiting, deciding. But thank you guys so much, man. Even up to this point, I couldn't have imagined it would be like this. I had a feeling that we'd do better than the last 2 days, but sometimes Fridays is hit or miss. Sometimes Fridays has been really good for us, but also we've had some very like challenging Fridays where I think me and Sarah, we ended it like There's been one Friday, I think, where we didn't even hit 3 hours. We were like, man, it is really slow. And I think we ended it like at 2 hours and 30 minutes. And we just like said, let's just take the L and maybe we'll just try it for tomorrow. And most of the time it ends up working out, For Alabama. Bill O'Brien.
Spoiler of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn is not here this evening. Sami Zayn challenging Roman Reigns for the come on, let's be serious. Can you imagine Sami Zayn as your undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight?
The Sami Zayn thing is very similar to like a Kofi type thing about the run. It's more about the run than actually the length of time of being champion. It's like history repeating itself. Tommy Rees.
On Monday night and said, all I want to do is fight for a wrestling championship. And everybody
Let's see if I get a good one of him. Oh, he young. He young.
I didn't know the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, raised an idiot for a son. You dumbass.
Damn, he's young.
Personal. Damn it, it couldn't
Michael Harris. Okay, I'll get you some Michael Harris, Jamison.
personal. These are not wrestling championships. This
That's the Notre Dame OC.
centerpiece.
That's a big step up to go from Notre Dame to Alabama.
This is the very plasma that runs through the veins of the blood.
That could be huge for his career, though. I mean, that's a big step up to go from Notre Dame, and if he's successful, and then he goes to Bama, I mean, that could lead to another opportunity to be either a head coach, maybe NFL, maybe college, maybe another coordinator. Okay.
Everything. It's the tribe.
All right, let me get a Michael Harris a second for Jamison.
Is the chief. Now, Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes.
So I get you a couple Michael Harrises there.
Let's be very clear. Without
So run the damn ball. I'm stoked. Yeah, that will be good for sure. Get back to your roots, run the ball, play good defense, and get back into the championship game and win a championship.
no bloodline without these titles, there is no Paul Heyman.
All right, so we got the first one with him in the blue jersey with the blue hard hat, like running to first base. And then I got another one where he's up to bat, and he's got the little bat dinghy thing at the end of the bat, the little weighted part. And he's got the white jersey, the batting helmet. And we got Sami Zayn and Paul Heyman. Yeah, they're definitely doing the Sammy thing like Kofi. Heck yeah. I like him. He's a good player. Strider's good too. I like a lot of the players that you have on your team, man. You guys have a bright future. Like you already got the championship, but for you guys to get another one in the next few years wouldn't be crazy to think. Absolutely not. And now he's doing the money thing. I said Harris is money. Harris, you are money, brother. Harris, you are money. Harris, you are money. Appreciate you. Thank you, man.
If I wanted to, I could have by now. Don't you think that's a little weird? That you're talking about This being the lifeblood of the island of relevancy, and if I wanted to, I could have dropped.
Oh, Julio came out with a new video on YouTube. I follow him on. I don't follow too many people on YouTube. You know, it's pretty limited on what I. You know, it's like McAfee, NFL, AEW, MLB, Julio, Hasbro channels. You know, collegiate. Just a few, not a lot.
But this isn't a month ago, and you are out here all by yourself, and I think you know why.
Sami Zayn.
Because you know what every other member of the
yes,
knows.
And that's what we want too. You know, and you guys will dominate on those positions usually very easily. So let me delete some of these more photos, and then you guys can let me know what other direction that you guys want to go. What do we want to do? Sarah and the rest of y'all, do you guys want to go for another like 30 minutes or so? What's the vibe on how everyone is feeling right now? What are we thinking? 15 more minutes, 30 more minutes, an hour? What are we thinking?
What do you think Jimmy Uso does next? You think Jimmy Uso sides with his abusive cousin? Or will he side with his twin brother that he shared the room with? What do you think happens next? What do you think happens with Solo? The second Roman Reigns saw that he could think for himself, that he was coming up with me, coming with the Usos. What did he do? He pulled him in tight.
I was going to say that would probably be my preferred, just so that way I can spend time with Paisley. So that way you guys let me know what you guys want to see. Let's make this the best 30 minutes here on out. Whatever we want to see, food. If you guys want to see like locations, you know, whatever you guys are thinking, but let's make this last 30 a good mental health 30. And then we can just go from there. And then I'll hang out with Paisley and spend the rest of my night with her. And then we'll stream tomorrow. And we'll probably stream tomorrow night. I'll have to look to see what sports is going on. And maybe I can link it up to like an NBA game or something and then go that route. But we're also going to have like what XFL's coming up after the Super Bowl. There's going to be other things. Let me see. Sixers Nets on NBA TV at 3. Lakers Warriors at ABC at 5:30. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe Lakers Warriors at 5:30 tomorrow. You know, I was going to stream sometime between 5:30 and 7. So, but if that's the best game in that window, then that's probably what we'll do. Unless there was something like NASCAR related that I could do or something of that nature. So, Whitey in the building. How are you? All right, let me know what you guys want to see here for the last 30, and we'll go there. Nice win for you, man. We tried beating OKC, but you know, Alexander dropped us with 44, bro. So I already knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be tough. I was like, Dame time. I know he had 20 in the first quarter, but then he kind of fizzled out, and we already know SGA is a fucking superstar. It's like the biggest superstar, like lowest name guy that's not recognized as a superstar yet until this year. But he will be known this year. Looks like everyone is consistent with the 30 minutes. So
Hey, Paul, listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. Tell Roman he doesn't need to worry about Cody. Because I am going to be the one to take him down. Well, the second time in 5 nights that Paul Heyman has been rattled by one of Roman Reigns' opponents. But the thing is, Wade, Sammy asked all the right questions. We will have a tag team championship match later on tonight. The Usos will defend against Braun Strowman and Ricochet. The question is, will Jimmy's brother Jay be here?
yeah, I'm not doing mine until tomorrow. But you guys are more than welcome to share your feelings on, you know, who you're rooting for or who you think is going to win. Sometimes who you think is going to win and who you're rooting for are two different teams, though. Sometimes it's the same team, especially if you're a fan of the team.
Can we get a puppy, Mom? Girls, pets are a big expense.
Got the Family Matters dad. TV dad. Thanks, TV dad. It's much better than hearing the Burger King. Now Burger King has expanded their commercial jingles now from like 5 to like 9. So now they have like new ones that they have with like people in the car and singing in the car. I mean, it's getting out of control.
Because your lives are forever entwined. Love entwined. Shop the Valentine's Day sale and save on everything. Only at K.
It's the Super Bowl pregame party on Fox. Join Carissa and Rob for performances by Jason Derulo and the Black Keys.
Yeah, we can do that. Here, let me do some of that. We can do a little bit of food and do that. I got some good ones too.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, bigger quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future.
It's good vibes.
Watch Next Gen TV.
We can go if you got specific places that you guys want to see. I'll start off with Oregon, just like where I live, and then we can go from there. I know I can get some really good outdoorsy shots. It's beautiful here. That's why it's very hard for me to visualize leaving. Like, I don't know if I could live in California or Washington. Washington's as close to Oregon as it gets, but I don't know if I could live there.
Starting at just $49.99 a month. Plus, you can save up to 60% a year when you add Comcast Business Mobile. Or ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card. Complete connectivity.
Yeah, definitely a lot of the photos look like postcards. Like, it's just like you have to be here to experience it. It's beautiful.
For finding the right home. But when you do, USAA can help protect it the right way. Find out why USAA homeowners insurance is right for you.
Yeah, they're incredible personalities. I mean, if you've ever heard them do any promo ever, you would have, especially when the Eagles won the Super Bowl and Jason doing his speech, and everyone knew at that point. And then obviously Travis is always outspoken.
Something with Redfin gets your home in front of more buyers, so you sell for more. Plus, you'll save thousands when you work with us.
Oh, this is fun too.
Nice. That's so sweet.
We just sent your listing to all those buyers.
Why doesn't everybody use Redfin?
Yeah, we can always get into some animals and stuff too. Pretty scenery too. I mean, if I can show you what Oregon is about, and instead of you guys, the perception on Fox News with all the bums and the homeless people and Antifa, they're like, Orion, is that what it's like there? I mean, you're going to have rough spots in every state, but it's there are some rough spots. I mean, there's a reason why I don't go to downtown Portland that often, if I'm going to a Blazer game or whatnot, but there's always going to be a certain perception that they try to portray where the bad shit is happening, but that's not the whole state. That's like that very small area of maybe Portland and Gresham, and then everything else is money. But we have beautiful places, that you have to see it for yourself. Pretty. And we got a lot of waterfalls and a lot of hiking stuff. And I know if you're an outdoorsy, and plus, mountains to snowboard and ski, lots of hiking and walking. And I mean, we're very pet friendly out here too. Lots of dogs, like a lot. And sometimes like the sunsets and the sunrises are something you'd have to experience. Everyone's going to have a pretty sunset or sunrise where you live.
One of the most physical tag teams you will ever see in WWE. Sheamus and McIntyre just
I like it too because you can see a lot of stuff like this next photo, and this is like common, where you're going to have places, and imagine being able to see that like not too far in the distance. I mean, climate is much different depending on where you're at, how close you are to the mountains and whatnot. Very pretty. And then obviously at the coast, that's my favorite place to be. That's the place if I could, go there once a week on the weekends to reset, I would go every weekend. Yeah, I got Dale Earnhardt stuff too. Love me some Dale Earnhardt. I got some old Dale Earnhardt figures too. Look how clear the water is in this next one. I mean, every state will have some places that have nice water and some that are going to be more dark or swampy-ish. But look at the color on this. Look at that. This next one is in Southern Oregon. Pretty. Yeah, baby. Sheldon High School, baby. Oh, yeah. Fishing is, we have it out here. I mean, it depends on what they're doing. Salmon or steelhead. And, obviously there's going to be some, places that have been polluted. That's just the truth, from certain places. Like Willamette River, but they have like Columbia River, and then you have Pacific Ocean and stuff like that. But yeah, there's definitely going to be places like lakes and stuff that's going to be a little bit more protected. That's good. Yeah, but if you like to hunt or fish or boat, this is a paradise. People you're going to get better opportunities here than I think necessarily like California. And then obviously with Washington and Oregon, the Pacific Northwest, just the climate that we have. But I know a lot of people that I get to come visit, they maybe go home, but then they move here. A lot of people that will, give it a shot. And then once they realize what we have available here, and, a lot of times you get people that will live here for a little while or forever. Oh, Muskie. This is let me see, like walleye, and let me see here. Hold on. This is like Oregon coast, like largemouth bass. This next one. I mean, obviously when it's regional, you have different types, but yeah, if you go to the right places, I mean, there's going to be some beautiful areas, and some of them will be, guides that will take you, or if you just know, especially if you've lived here your whole life. And this is like Rogue River. She got a good catch there.
Viking Raiders do not forget. How tall is a pot?
Yeah, well, anticipation, you know what I mean? It's always a good time where you can just, watch an old school movie, or something, something 80s, 90s, something for nostalgia. I'm going to just chill and hang out with Paisley and whatnot. Yeah, I think sometimes little things like that, if you can go with the right people, it can be a really fun memory. The rooster tail, worm, there's all going to be different, different types of methods and whatnot. Yeah, but fishing is definitely is good here in Oregon for sure.
Ready? Wow. Mia, can you send me that? Sure. Can you send me that? Hi, can you send me that?
I don't know. Sometimes it's just like the camping aspect, and just being able to get outside. And I mean, regardless if you catch something or not, of course, that would be epic and whatnot. But I think it's just spending time with family and friends and just being able to get out there and do the campfire thing and, and eat and snack and just spend time, A lot of times people will drink a lot too. So.
Let's take it up another level.
All right, we got 14 minutes to go. Anything else that you guys have any specific locations that you guys want me to look up? And I can always look up, but I wanted to make sure we had a few more there. Cyberpunk did a $9 dono to get us to our number. Thank you, Mang. Appreciate you, Cyber. Cyber's like, I'm going to make sure we get there. Thank you, Cyber. Awesome. This really helps out, like, more than you guys know from the last 2 days. This is like huge. The last 2 days were definitely a little challenging. Thank you. Appreciate you. $9 dono. Yeah. A couple $20 to $25 days gets a little rough, but you know that things will get better, and I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $9 holla. Cyberpunk. Lots of people participated tonight too, which was awesome. And Cyberpunk and Mike and Cyberpunk and Mike and Sarah and Holly and Jameson and a lot of others. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Megan as well. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. I'll definitely be able to get Paisley some stuff, and then honestly, I'm going to stream tomorrow. But that'll help. Maybe I can use some of it and get something like really good to eat for Super Bowl. So maybe I can put some of that away and then get like, ribs or something like treat yourself, So thank you. And I'm definitely going to get her dog food tomorrow and probably get her, a new toy or a new bone or something like that. So thank you guys. And like I said, you just know every day is a different day to be able to make something happen. And I appreciate you guys. All right, well, we got 12 minutes to go. You guys let me know what you guys are thinking. Cyberpunk, you have any last-minute requests? You want me to throw up some Bo Jackson, or you let me know. But we got 12 minutes to go. Yeah, but I'm not necessarily a big, like, fishing, hunting type of guy. But if I'm with the right people, I'm so down. It just depends on who you're with, and who you're with can make a big difference. With what happens.
You know what you have to do. I want to hear you say it.
I'm going to make Rey Mysterio suffer, and I'm going to put him down. Later on tonight, fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for the Intercontinental title.
Good old Derek Thomas. Appreciate you, brother. So do a little Derek Thomas, do a little Bo Jackson for you. Thank you guys for stepping up today. It means a lot. I was hoping that we'd have a decent turnout. I was like, oh, I hope that I can get some food for, you know. Yeah, but this adult food now is more expensive than the puppy food. So, but it's a good quality brand and it's healthy. I don't mind having to pay extra if I know that's going to be what she needs. So.
Lacey Evans, here's time on Friday Night SmackDown. Hopefully, Lacey saw a good coupler before she headed into this match tonight.
Right, you have to explain what a coupler is. Most people think it's a beach bar, but listen, Lacey Evans, I have it on good authority, upgraded to a combat uniform. Boots didn't make it through enemy contact a couple of weeks. Oh!
Nice takedown by Lacey Evans. Again, wait, for Lacey, it's back to basics, right?
Absolutely. Listen, there's a new level of intensity since Lacey Evans returned from a Marine boot camp refreshment.
Oh! Wicked clothesline. Viciousness and aggressiveness by Lacey Evans.
Carmen Harris is going to end up with a nose like mine if this continues.
Oh, roll up now of Evans and a kick out.
Real ugly in the trenches.
Lacey driving Harris into the middle turnbuckle and Lacey having her way. Return to basic training, get her head on straight, refocus, get ready for the battles here in WWE.
I know. I did it a lot with my dad when I was younger, but not so much now. But I do like outdoors. I do like the camping and being around a group like that. I usually try to go once or twice a year, and it really is good for my soul. I really feel like a different person when I come back. I feel good, and might be tired, and got to get a lot of laundry done and whatnot. And it's always feel good to sleep on the couch or bed after you've been in like a tent or on sleeping bags and whatnot. I like going to. I told some people, I was like, I need to go to the coast though. I need to go to Lincoln City bad. I know the weather is not so good right now, but I need to be able to smell the ocean and get some of that good seafood out there and just kind of let loose and go out there and just enjoy the scenery. Looks like they're giving Lacey Evans a little bit of a push. She's doing the Cobra Clutch like she's Sergeant Slaughter. Well, thank you guys for the collective effort to do all what you guys did today. It's means a lot. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mike. Mike at the buzzer. He says, "You know what? We got 7 minutes left. Let's finish it off with a bang." Thank you.
Send the email, nothing. With the DM, nothing. Call little bro, nothing. He's not getting a hold of me. I need him to hit me back. He hasn't called me now once.
$20 dono. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, let's try to get some music in here. Let me get like some Grateful Dead or Metallica or something. Let me throw some of it in there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I got to try to find some good Jerry Garcia. Got to work quickly. Thank you. Paisley says, woof, woof. Thank you.
OG, trying to get a hold of Jay. Nobody's here. Solo's not
Yes, Mike has gone on a dono train by himself, and
Get my back, OG. Nobody's with
we appreciate you,
You're gonna have to.
every single one of y'all.
All right.
And especially Mike, Cyberpunk, all of y'all.
My brother will.
Appreciate you. Superstar Billy Graham. Nice. Good choice. I got to find one more Grateful Dead black and white epic one, and then we'll go to Superstar Billy Graham. I love it when you do the wrestling stuff or the music stuff too. Anybody, just because it's like we don't get to see that stuff that often. So I'm always about seeing, your guys' personality come out a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. Jerry's in the photo too. Okay.
He's better than good. He got rewarded for driving safe and driving less.
Sorry, Barb, just to confirm, this is the feel good news of the week.
This is what we found. Hey, snapshot.
Superstar Billy Graham.
KFC has wraps now?
Got two for $5.
Wait, there's one with spicy slaw?
Got two new Kentucky Fried Chicken wraps for just $5.
Well, we appreciate you.
Because your lives are forever entwined.
Superstar Billy Graham.
Entwined. Shop the Valentine's Day sale and save on everything. Only at K.
Need money? File your taxes today at Jackson Hewitt. You could get up to $3,500 the same day with a no-fee refund advance loan from Jackson Hewitt. File your taxes today at Jackson Hewitt. We want you to take something on elevate.
Woof woof. I will. She like trusts me so much. Like we can just like snug, and like I said, she'll put her head underneath my chin, or we'll just like kind of spoon, and she'll just lay out and trust me so much, and just like just to sleep, because when she with certain dogs, they don't want to sleep on their back necessarily. Like some of it will do on the stomach or on the side. Sometimes they'll stretch their legs out, and you can definitely tell like the different mannerisms, and to hear her snore. And obviously when she has the puppy dreams, and she'll be like running or whatever, moving her legs, and little whimpers and whatnot. I remember it used to kind of freak me out when she was a baby, and I had to put my hand on her stomach or her back and just let her know that I was here. But sometimes they puppy dream and whatnot. I know just sometimes the sounds were a little alarming, but that's just me being doggo dad, being protective and whatnot. So
Starting at just $49.99 a month. Plus, you can save up to 60% a year when you add Comcast Business Mobile. Or ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card. Complete connectivity. One solution for wherever business takes you. Comcast Business. Powered
but I appreciate every single one of y'all tonight. You definitely made this successful,
0% interest for 48 months on approved credit. This offer won't last.
especially when the last 2 days have been a little bit of a challenge, but we definitely made up for it today, big time. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let me get some Dusty Roads real quick here too for Mike. We got to do that. We got to make sure we leave on a good note. And then I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll hang out tomorrow, and then I'll also be doing Super Bowl on Sunday. Holly will be there.
Want to be our college intern? Brew Red Bull infusions at Jack in the Box.
Get the Super Bowl Sunday started in style with the biggest break party live from Arizona. Carissa Gronk's most musical performances by superstars Jason Derulo and the Black Keys. And the guys getting ready for the big game. The Super Bowl pregame show live from 1 Eastern on Fox.
Go. We are seconds away from a tag championship in Venezuela. It's Jay Uso, even upstairs.
We'll find out in a matter of moments, but everything is waiting towards a week from tomorrow. Elimination Chamber.
I found a Undertaker and Dusty Rhodes, early Undertaker Survivor Series, like when he first was way back in the day. Oh my gosh. How cool is that? Three hounds in the yard, dogs in the house, or shepherds. Oh, that's awesome. I love dogs so much. I just can't imagine my life without having, that love. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you can have love from people, but it's not the same. And, I was reading this thing where they were saying that, with dogs not living as long as humans, because they already got it figured out. When you open the door, they run towards you. It's like a lot of little things that they teach you about like human behavior and why we love dogs as much as we do. You could say cats as well, but just that unconditional love, no matter what. And, always being, running to see you. And, that really does make a huge difference in a lot of our lives when we're going through good times and bad times, or just knowing that we have the comfort, of a cat or a dog. That is big facts. Let me go through some of the photos here one last time, and then we'll call it a day. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Final score 138-129 Thunder. And we're just going to go through the photos here one last time. And it wasn't Dame time, unfortunately. And Alexander is nice too. 44 points, 18 for 19 from the free throw line, 13 for 16 during the game. That's insane. You kidding me? 44 points. He is the biggest superstar as a lower name guy that no one knows, but we will know him, I think, everywhere, after the All-Star game and whatnot. So, and we went into a little bit of Taco Delight, and then we did some scenery. That's Oregon, by the way. If you ever want to go somewhere beautiful, come hang out with your boy. This is it. Oh, we got Braun Strowman and Ricochet coming out. Okay. Pretty. I'm definitely going to take some mental health days to be able to get out there. I've always wanted to get a cabin with friends. It's never come into fruition, though. But it would be really cool. I mean, I don't have to get just like, drunk as a skunk or anything. But, obviously I've cut back on the alcohol. I'm not really doing it. But if I'm out in a cabin with friends and it's like people that I like, yeah, maybe I'll throw back a few. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, DT. And then Bo Jackson. Love me some Bo. Bo never gets old. Bo's like Ken Griffey Jr. to me. It's never, ever, ever going to get old, and I'm always going to love it until I die, period. My dad will love Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead. He's got a lot of memorabilia. He's gone to a lot of shows. My dad is a Deadhead. Should they even have a Volkswagen bus that's painted with bears and everything on it that they would take down to the country fair? Superstar Billy Graham. There we go. And Dusty Rhodes for Mike. Well, I appreciate you guys tremendously. Thank you to Holly, Mike, Sarah, Candace, everyone in the building, Jameson, Cyberpunk, all the people that, donated. You guys really saved me. Like, no lie. I mean, it was pretty rough last couple days, and I know that's how it is. But Mike, and then Cyber, Mike, Cyber, Mike, and then all the people on the super chat as well. I appreciate you guys tremendously. There's so many. I'm just trying to scroll up. And then we had Jameson with a 3-year, and then Mike, some on here as well. Let's see. And then Holly with a 5-year. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to scroll up here and as much as I can until it does the cutoff point. But and then Megan as well. Scrolling. I don't know if it'll let me go all the way up. Okay, here we go. And then Megan with a 10-er, Sarah with a 5-year early on. Thank you. And then obviously Mike started it off too. You guys are the best. I appreciate you guys tremendously. I will be back tomorrow. It looks like for the basketball game. It'll be, unless there's some kind of other event, but we'll be live sometime between 5:30 and 7 p.m. for a few hours. And then we got the Super Bowl, and I'll be live for that. And that'll be an extravaganza. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. You guys are the best. And I will be back very, very soon. Let me try to get one more little Kyle Busch photo up here for Mike, and then we'll call it a night. Appreciate you, man. Mike did his own dono train tonight. Thank you. Got to give you a nice one, too. Going from Dusty Rhodes to Kyle Busch, champion. I appreciate you guys tremendously. You guys are the best. The dono train, choo-choo, he did it. But a lot of y'all obviously, helped as well, like tremendously. It's a team effort, and I love and I appreciate every single one of y'all. You guys are the best. I love you, and I'll be back tomorrow. So thank you so much. You guys sleep. Well, I'm gonna say, Holly, try to get some sleep, but it sounds like you might have a little trouble with that. But I do appreciate all of y'all. You guys are great, and thank you so much for supporting me and the brand. And I will be back tomorrow. Thank you to anyone that shared the channel, obviously on social media, the Twitter, on the live stream, people that donated, people that chatted. It was a great stream tonight, like it is usually. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.